Like we were like geared up and ready to go by 9, but Twitch had other plans, and I was like just caught by surprise because at first I thought, oh, maybe someone's internet is out, or maybe OBS is freaking out, or Mike thought it was OBS Ninja acting up a little bit, but then nope, it was just Twitch itself. It was Twitch the whole time.
Yeah, I thought it was just me at first because like I had to reset my router, and all of a sudden that happened. But welcome everybody coming in from like my chat, from Sylverstone's chat, Mike's chat.
Right.
Yeah. For context, by the way, as we're starting up our digital Boncast here, as I'm like kind of quote unquote calling it. We had to wait an hour because Twitch decided, hey, the hell with people on the East Coast, let's just not let them go live unless they put in their stream key manually. So we had to do that.
Yeah. Right. Well, I didn't do that. Like, I still use like my account like linked through OBS. So I guess like it's starting to ease up now. So what's up, Tarvold? Yeah.
Good to see everybody coming through.
Yeah.
And also thanks for Gilligan. I wouldn't put it past Twitch for like doing like stress testing for E3 because like it's gonna be they're gonna be relying a lot on Twitch's services over the next couple of days. So imagine if this had happened during a presentation for E3. That'd have been like disastrous.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm glad this happened tonight instead of like Sunday or Tuesday, especially Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was like an hour late, Gilligan. Like Twitch had issues. None of us could go live for like the last like hour, and now it's
so for those thinking that you're late, no, you guys are actually now officially on time.
Yeah, so thank you guys for sticking around. Like for those who have been sticking around since when we were supposed to go live. Like it's not that we didn't want to go live. It's not that we wanted to start it now. It's the fact that like
Twitch decided
Twitch decided to not be on our side, which again, Twitch just being Twitch.
But yeah, good to see everybody in my chat. So good to see Link Triforce, Destiny, Shiny, Ice Pick, Dragon.
I'll say that if a stream was live before the issues with going live, streams were fine. It's just that new streams that were trying to go live, they couldn't go live at all. That was the issue.
Yeah, why was the East Coast acting up? Wouldn't it be the West Coast? You would think. I really don't know what's going on. I really don't have an answer to that.
Yeah, it's weird. It decided, let's just do it on the East Coast instead.
It just happened. Like as if it was a stress test. Like I wouldn't even think it would be a stress test if that was the case. Otherwise, like people within the West Coast would have been affected too. It's just some random issue, which I think if it's not resolved already, it's going to be resolved for like most people.
Yeah,
like most folks by now. Like,
yeah, but no, last hour we were trying everything. We tried switching to West Coast servers and all that stuff.
Wait, co-op email? What do you mean co-op email?
For tomorrow for Summer Game Fest, probably. Someone's probably thinking about.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Well, you mean like the co-streamer emails? Like I got that for mine.
Yeah,
no, not yet.
Yeah, me and Silver are actually going to be live tomorrow with that because I want to get that Jeff Keighley mask for Among Us that I didn't get last time.
Among Us, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I did get the Jeff Keighley mask for Among Us around the time of the Game Awards.
Right.
Yeah, but no, Izzy, thanks for worrying about us. We're all good to talk about E3, but yeah, E3 is right around the corner. Here we are, ready to make our thoughts and predictions.
Yeah. Yeah, the Summer Game Fest, because it was, my main issue last year was the way everything was spread out, which is why, now this year it's just it's just 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's the standard, spread of, 4 days, because, E3 officially is June 11th through to the 15th, which is the first for E3, because normally E3 is during the week, but now this is the first time E3 is going over the weekend, so this is actually a first for that.
Yeah. But now it's
there are multi links, Michelle. I didn't get a chance to make mine in time because we're all kind of streaming the same thing. If you want to see different layouts, it's up to you.
By the way, huge shout outs to OBS Ninja for making this possible. By the way, because usually when we did the Game Awards, we would have everybody cropped in on freaking Discord. But now, thanks to Silver and OBS Ninja, we have everybody's browser sources. So, streamer tip for all you guys out there that want to learn how to put everybody's webcams in a simple way.
Yeah, because
go ahead. I was saying it's also why I'm not using my green screen because the viewing angle is a little bit too large. Mike has us beat in terms of wide green screen coverage. Yeah,
because you have the green screen back on your end.
Yep.
Yeah, I Shell and I both went the extra mile to actually chroma key Mike's the background to have the have the background there.
Yeah, but right now it's Yeah, because that's the thing. Like the way that they just spread around like the Summer Game Fest, like Drip Fed, like so many different things, just didn't seem to work. Whereas now it's like everything is like all in one, and then you have E3 spread out throughout the rest of the few days. Like 3 or 4 days, that's fine, but
right.
Multi-stream link allows me to switch between chats. Yes, it does.
Yes,
indeed.
Yeah, but yeah, because I will say though, like in regards to watching anything on stream, I'm just gonna watch Microsoft and Nintendo.
I might be there for Microsoft, but Tuesday I'll definitely be joining these two for Nintendo the same way as we're doing now. So
yeah, right. as far as everything else goes, if I do watch anything else, I'll see. Yeah, I expect you to watch most stuff. Yeah, that's fair. The PC gaming show that's happening soon. That's also happening. Yeah, Valve's going to be there.
Kind of hoping to see some VR stuff at the PC stuff, but we'll get to all that.
All right.
Yeah, let me have to write that down on my notes too, because like PC gaming show stuff.
Lake Triforce says that he actually scheduled his vacation time to work during E3 Summer Game Fest. Yeah, that's good.
No, I took off 2 days next week to be able to cover Nintendo's conference because that's something I'm not missing.
Yeah.
All right. So I believe there's like a lot of events here that during E3. So if you don't mind me going through the whole like schedule just real quick to show you, just give you guys like an idea of like what's going on.
Right ahead.
I'm pulling this from Reset Era. So Summer Game Fest kickoff is tomorrow. That's 2 p.m. Yes. The Tribeca Games Spotlight is happening. That's also like for Tribeca Film Festival. They're doing games. I believe this here. Koch Primetime Gaming Stream. I believe this is for Koch Media, who owns Deep Silver. You know, the guys who have who have Volition, who makes Saints Row, for example. Saints Row, Metro. There won't be any Dead Island though. So
no Dead Island.
Yeah, they did confirm no new Saints Row info, Metro, Time Splitters, or Dead Island. So none of that. IGN Summer of Gaming's back this year again. They're doing the IGN Expo, as they call it. They'll be mostly debuting like a lot of announcements for various reveals about Borderlands, yada yada. That's on I believe that's on the 11th. Mm-hmm. So E32021, their actual show, June 12th to 15th. You already know what's going on there. Nintendo's gonna be there, Microsoft's gonna be there, Capcom, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Bros. Games, and many, many more. Yeah. I believe Guerrilla Collective 2 is happening on the 12th as well. They did their first stream, I believe, last Saturday for Black Voices in Gaming. So that was like last week. Now their second stream is happening for June 12th. Wholesome Direct is happening again this E3 time too. That's happening on Saturday. So I like for pretty much like for most Saturday events, I won't be like streaming those. I'll be watching them on my own. So Wholesome Direct's happening on Saturday. Ubisoft Forward is happening on Saturday as well. Yep. Apparently there's gonna be a VR style Nintendo Direct that's happening, Mike, by Upload VR. So I might have to send that to you because like I already say, if you're a fan of Oculus Quest, PlayStation VR, or PC VR headsets, make sure you want to tune in.
Yeah, definitely send that one to me. I don't even care because having the Quest 2, like I've been learning how to do that so that way I can bring more VR games to the channel soon enough.
Yeah, pretty much. Devolver Digital is also on Saturday. So is Gearbox. And then into Sunday, it's the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. Myself and Michelle will be live for that. Mike might join us. He might be busy that day. You know, it's a little iffy on that. Square Enix Presents is also going to be happening. It's going to be happening at least about like 15 minutes after the Xbox presentation. Like the last one that they did was pretty good. They announced the new Life is Strange at the last Square Enix Presents, and also I believe they also announced Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy. Yeah, 16 was last year at E3. No, it was the PS5 version of Final Fantasy 7 remake. Integrate.
Integrate just came out. Or it's gonna come out.
Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Back 4 Blood, they're doing a PvP showcase on Sunday as well. So that'll be on the Warner Brothers side of things. A PC gaming show is also on the 13th. The feature game show, which is new, I believe this is hosted by Western Digital. Again, there's like a lot of shows that are happening it's really just a lot to kind of like take wind of. For this show, for example, it's being hosted by Laura Bailey and Troy Baker, with announcements from Sega, Private Division, Team 17, Xseed Games, and more. There's another like show here, LRG 3 2021. This is from Limited Run Games, so we'll be hearing like a lot of new physical game announcements from Limited Run Games.
Yeah.
Apparently also Capcom's doing a showcase on the 14th. for Greatest Attorney, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Monster Hunter Rise, and RE Village. So that's happening on the 14th, and of course we have the Nintendo Direct happening on the 15th. That's the big one that we're looking forward to. Nintendo, should be a 40-minute Direct focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software. So mind you, software. They had to be very specific saying software.
Yeah, all you guys asking for the Switch Pro, we might not be seeing that. That seems like a myth at this point, but we'll get to that also.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and afterwards, apparently, they're doing 3 hours of gameplay on Nintendo Treehouse Live. So whatever they announce in that Direct will likely be shown on Treehouse Live in some form. I also believe the Play for All showcase is happening afterwards, which is another show being hosted by the folks who also did the Royal Collective, which is the media indie exchange. And then, God, there's a lot of shows throughout the beginning of this, but generally that's where it ends. The Play for All showcase, and otherwise other gaming events they jumped to Summer Games Done Quick, but that's in July, so that's not E3 weekend. So generally there's at least 10 to 12 different shows as such. It is bonkers to think about. I think last year it was a bit more messy, because we didn't really know what to do.
Well, no, I want to just put this into perspective. Last year, there really wasn't an E3 to speak of. So the fact that we're getting so many shows this year, honestly, isn't too surprising to me. All these developers were going through so much with the pandemic and everybody trying to struggle to get their games out there. All these delays that happened. Everything that everyone had to be challenged to do last year is all going to be shown off this year, since they had more time to have to work on things and have to get used to the work-from-home lifestyle that we all had to go through last year. It's refreshing to see that all these developers are finally going to be able to show off all the stuff they didn't get to last year.
Yeah, I just want to see exactly what's going to happen with all these shows this year for E3. Because
I was going to say the interesting thing though is that compared to the years past, normally it's Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, maybe the PC gaming show, Devolver Digital starting to do their own thing. It's starting to splinter off more and more and more into these own self-contained shows. It's interesting. Jeff Keighley said that for the first time in 20 years or so, he won't be working with E3 because he's working on Summer Game Fest. So that's seeing how the news landscape of gaming is changing, because now it used to be always be about E3 week, or way back when it was about CES. Now developers are realizing if they just build their own platforms and just use that, and maybe be around the same time, it's fine. One thing I'm also noticing too is I don't think any of these shows really do overlap, or there's a competing time slot or anything like that. Everything seems to be placed in a spot where they know they can get the maximum viewership. They don't want to they don't want to counter program, say Xbox's promotion or anything like that. It's very
everyone's kind of working together to make the schedules kind of seamless a little bit, in a sense.
Right. It's very laid out in a way that is beneficial for those who want to watch it. I doubt I'm going to watch every single thing that's going to be happening for the next couple of days. Let's be real. If anything, I'll likely be catching up with a lot of shows that I missed. I didn't even talk about the PC gaming show. I think that's supposed to happen, but I didn't really see it listed. Some shows I didn't even know that existed. Apparently, Limited Run Games does their own thing. Upload VR is doing their thing. It's a lot to just deal with. So bear with us as we try to get our predictions out there, because there's a lot of stuff that we probably won't be able to cover.
We might be all over the place a little bit, but speaking of Jeff Keighley not working with E3, it might be a good thing, because E3 already fucked up again this year.
Yeah, they did. The ESA, again, personal information out in the wild once again. Not even close to day one of E3, and already they messed up again. It's unreal, the fact that this managed to happen twice already. Yeah, the fact that happened in the first place. I just don't know. The fact, it's unfortunate. And they didn't really apologize. That apology that they made at that time was one of those sorry I got caught ones. But
apparently they also had a thing for a sim maker also, and those got glitched out too, and it was a mess.
Oh, by the way, Sylverstone says that if you were meant to hear it, you'll find info even if you miss it the first time. Yeah,
more than likely. News travels fast, so if you don't hear it the first time, it'll pop up some other way. Most times, I catch up with my gaming news mostly via Reddit, because I read a lot of stuff on our games. it doesn't. There's lots to really kind of keep an eye on. So there's that.
Yeah,
so I'll be hearing like a couple of things here and there.
Like I will say this right off the bat right now. I do not see us talking about the whole Switch Pro thing.
Nah, that's not even what we're talking about.
If anything, we'll mention it, but like we can't like. Well, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We don't know shit. Like all we know is that all we know is that maybe Nintendo will release like a new version of the Switch.
Maybe
there's been rumors. There's been leaks. There's been a lot of like conflicting reports. Like, oh, they're gonna reveal it before E3. E3 is like 2 days, 3 days away now, and nothing happened. A lot of people were expecting also that the update that popped out today for Switch maybe might have had like Switch Pro information that was like removed, that couldn't be data mined. I know Mike and I were talking about that a little bit earlier. Nothing's really popped up on that yet. Again, rumors and speculation are tough to comment on, which is why most companies don't comment on rumors and speculation. So
exactly.
I won't say that we won't comment on them. We can only like.
We can only guess and hope for good ones, and if it happens, it happens.
Whatever happens, and we can't really just go ahead and say anything that that we don't even know if it's true or not. And was Doom Eternal rebuilt from the ground up on Switch?
Supposedly, I heard like the Pad Button did that, but like again, usually they have their own like modified engines that they can work with, because like that's how they get their games working with Switch. They can't like port id Tech 6 or id Tech 7. I forget which one, what number is it, over to Switch like willy-nilly, because like again, a lot of people assume that porting engines over is like easy. Some engines easier than others, like Unity, Unreal, because they are licensed to work with the Switch. But like there's always gonna be complications, because like specifications are gonna be like different. There's a lot of certain things that you won't be seeing that on Switch that PCs, PS4, PS5 can do. There's a lot of like different things like that. And I guess like found definitive note, we like any information that you hear from us like was sourced from like the other like areas. This is not like direct. We are not breaking news here. We're not the CNN of gaming here. We're just like three dudes who like games a lot, want to talk about them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So we don't know.
If anything, temper your expectations and like just enjoy yourselves with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, try not to keep your expectations too high. I know I might have a little bit of trouble doing that this year, but I'm gonna try my best to keep my hopes in check.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Mike.
Speaking of which, I want to say, like, I guess what I want to open with properly is like in past years, everyone would like hype things up to the moon, and we'd said, oh, we're gonna hear like this franchise or something. Like now, I feel like we've all like just mellowed out in terms of like what to expect. Like, is it like a result of us being like burned by like fake leaks, insiders, rumors, or have we just realized that hey, sometimes things are just too good to be true? Like Mike, I'll let you take the floor.
Oh, what, in terms of things being too good to be true? I mean, the Grinch leak was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, luckily the one character I made out of the Grinch leak is the character I wanted. So I'm hyped as fuck that I still got that.
Right. I feel like that was like the turning point for like a lot of like big Nintendo leaks, actually.
Oh no, without a doubt. Once that happened, people are like, "All right, yeah, no, we shouldn't believe everything we hear."
Someone tried to make like a second one, and people were very quick to just
point out the flaws.
Just call it out and say, "Look, no, that's fake." It's like sometimes you may actually see something like the whole Mario plus Rabbids thing, which actually did happen, and
right.
And after having played the game, I will say it's a very solid game. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind a sequel, but it's a matter of like how likely will a sequel do? Because I know it did well.
Yeah, right, I mean, Mario and Rabbids is a very interesting game. I don't know how likely that would be to get a sequel, though, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, the chip shortage. Yeah, there is a chip shortage. That's why Xbox and PlayStations aren't anywhere near as widely available as they should be.
Yeah, they aren't really like reaching demand, and like they're still being sold out. People are still scalping the crap out of them. So
it's just as bad as the graphics cards, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. Like that's a whole other like.
That's another can of worms I don't feel like getting into. But yeah, if you guys are collecting any technology, you know how bad it is right now because of cryptocurrency, all that shit.
Right, like, but I'm saying like there's definitely like there's definitely like a before and after of like the Grinch leak like was like blown up to a point where it just like really, really like people like kept digging and digging to find, you know, the truth. I don't know, like they're like almost like conspiracy theorists. Like I feel like that was the point where the rumor mill kind of became like almost like a conspiracy theory reel. Like everyone was like saying, you know, like this is all connected somehow. You know, like you got, you know, like that moment in It's Always Sunny with the guys. It's like all coming over the notes and everything. It's like looking crazy, but like it's like guys, like believe me, it's coming out like so and so. Like it's bizarre. Like I don't like subscribe to it anymore because like I've gotten tired of it. Like that's just the thing. Like
honestly, I just learned to get what we get and be excited for it as best as I can.
Yeah, for real. Just take what we get in stride. Just like, you know, just relax and like don't try to predict everything because like if you end up
if you try to predict shit, you're gonna get burned and disappointed if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, don't get disappointed because of the thing that you thought were gonna happen didn't show up. Like I'm not gonna be mad if they don't like show the thing that I want. Like, Rich, we're all gonna predict things. More than likely, we might be like 100% wrong. Like let's put it out there. The probability of being wrong, pretty high up. We're not like insiders, but like we're not gonna be mad if they don't show things. Granted, we'll be a little bit miffed, but like we're not gonna be like saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna like play Nintendo Switch games anymore," and then I'm like, break my Switch in half," like that. Like no, we're not gonna do that. We're not cavemen.
No, we have technology.
We have technology. Exactly.
We have technology. Right. We have games in general. Be excited for what we get.
All right, so I guess like we could start off like predictions with let's start with like the wide third party. This is really the messy one. I just want to get it out the way.
Yeah.
So third party stuff. I guess I'll say we'll go like in order. So I'll start like Mike, Shell, and then myself. Okay. So just to kind of give us an idea of like where to go. So Mike, any sort of like third party news that you like want? Like I'll kind of like lead you here.
I'm trying to really think off the top of my head. I can't really think of too much, but I mean, if they're showing off more stuff from Sega, I wouldn't mind seeing more information about Sonic Zap or whatever it was that was teased in the other trailer.
Oh, Rangers.
All right, Sonic Rangers. Like, you know,
right,
they did leak the name, so it's technically Sonic Rangers, but like they don't want to say, hey, it's not Sonic Rangers yet, buddy.
Yeah, I still want to see any gameplay of that because I feel like that trailer didn't show us absolutely anything. I would love to actually see more gameplay.
It was literally the Sonic 06 trailer, but like just like higher scaled. There's like Sonic running in the forest.
Yeah, pretty much that. Maybe see what Season 5 of Fall Guys is going to maybe look like. See what the new Among Us update's going to be like.
Right.
Mike. Lobbies. So Icepick in the chat says it's Mighty Morphin Sonic Ranger, Mike.
That is true.
Let's see. It'd be fun if they show a new trailer for a second Sonic movie. I don't think they'll do that at E3.
I am excited tomorrow because I think tomorrow they are also doing the Sonic Symphony thing and giving us a taste of what that concert's going to be like June 23rd also.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. Like, they did say they're going to show off like a preview of like the Sonic Symphony at Summer Game Fest. So we'll like be able to see that when they go live tomorrow for the kickoff.
Yeah, other than third-party stuff, the only other game I could really think of that I'm excited to see gameplay for would be Back 4 Blood.
Ooh, right. Yes.
I know Derek is saying that back on Sonic, he hopes that they bring back the character creator from Forces. Maybe we'll see how that goes. Like, I think it worked out for them very well in Forces.
Not sure listen, so many people make Sonic OCs. I don't see why they wouldn't bring it back.
Yeah,
true. I'm not against it like at all. Like,
I'm not against it either. Yo, I made a stupid looking dog and I had fun with it in Sonic Forces, even though I thought the controls were a little janky.
You know, I forgot what I made. I have to take a look at the VOD that I put up on YouTube to see exactly like what did I make, because it's been like 3 years since I've streamed that game.
I hope it's not like Sonic Forces 2 though, because when I first streamed Sonic Forces, it made my throat dry towards the end because I was getting like cringed out.
It's boring. Right. Like it's probably the most boring Sonic game I played.
Yeah,
like
kind of.
Especially out of the main ones.
Yeah, it's a by the numbers boost Sonic game, so it's kind of weird because people wanted more of that, but like the thing is, Sonic Team ended up being a lot more restrictive in terms of like what they did. Like the new engine didn't work very well. I felt like there was like a lot of changes from like Sonic Colors and Generations up to Forces. So maybe who knows if Sonic Rangers does change it. I'm not sure. Like also, what the gimmick's going to be this time. Like, if there's going to be, like, an actual gimmick this time, the gimmick of Forces, to me, was the Avatar system.
Yep.
Like, the three different, modes you could do. I'm not sure what to expect from, like, Rangers. Like, it makes you think of like, oh, like it's like Sonic Heroes again, where it's like, Rangers, heroes. I don't know. There's a lot to kind of like summarize from that. Any out there ideas, Mike, for any third party stuff you might want to like see?
I don't know if Atlas decides somehow to bring back Snowboard Kids. That ain't gonna happen, though.
That ain't gonna happen. No,
there's no way that's happening. But you want me to be like, what the hell? That's my what the hell prediction.
Hey, that's fair. Like I asked for something like that. All right, what about you? What about you, Pete?
Okay, so
for third parties.
For third parties, let's see. So, I shouldn't really get my hopes up, but regarding the Capcom side of things, I am really hoping that we get. Personally speaking, I'm really hope that we actually get something new related to Mega Man. Like I know that there's been talks about a Battle Network Legacy Collection, which if that happens, I will definitely give the Battle Network series another shot. But what I really want is either a Mega Man X9 or Mega Man 12. But because I know that there's a Mega Man game in development. So those are the main things that I want. Another thing that I actually want in regards to third parties. Oh yeah, Rockman Tyson. Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't know too much about that one, I expect, but I'll have to take a look into that.
Right.
As far as other third parties go, let's just say I just don't really know what to really expect that we don't already know yet.
Probably, again, it happens.
Probably some more stuff from Square Enix. Like I would like some more like compilations of some of their RPGs from like Super Nintendo or PlayStation. But honestly, I don't know. Right. Like, I'm just gonna have to think about that one. Probably more Final Fantasy 1-6 collection. That's the main thing I want.
Not bad. If you get to like have the older Final Fantasy games, I guess for me, leading the pack for the third party stuff. There was that rumor, and like I stressed, like again, this is a rumor that Valve is making a portable console of some sort called, well, not called the Steam Boy, but people are calling it the Steam Boy. But apparently, it's a portable console that uses kind of like the Steam controller style of buttons, so like the pads and everything like that. And so pretty much like TLDR, like Valve's probably making new hardware again after the Index and also the Steam machines. The weird thing about it is that one, why make such a thing when the Switch is a thing? Do they feel like they could take a notch out of the Switch's market share? Two, they tried Steam machines like back in 2012, 2013, and those didn't work very well. They were using Steam OS, I believe, which is like a version of Linux, which most games aren't really compatible with. They had to like really work hard to like have like Steam OS compatibility. And three, is it like a remote like sharing thing where it's like, for example, Mike, when I went to your place, like I was showing you how Moonlight worked, how I was able to cast my PC to my phone.
Yeah, no, that was really cool to see.
Games. Yeah.
I was surprised how well it worked. I think it really depends on the internet connection.
Yeah, no, Silver basically had like this big ass tablet, and he was able to like actually like play Super Mario 64 on these like Xbox controllers all the way from Brooklyn to his house, all the way like up in the Bronx.
Yeah,
I think it's tablet, but like it was a controller.
Oh, and Silver, quick real thing. Like Professor Icepick wants me to ask you if two things. One, you ever heard of the GPD win? And two,
yes.
If you have ever heard of it.
Oh yeah. I watch a lot of Low Spec Gamer on YouTube. He does like a lot of videos on the GPD win. I've thought about getting one for myself, but like the thing is like they're usually pricey as hell. And I was in the market for like those like really small like contained like PCs and stuff like that. But like eventually, like once I got with like my PC here, I've dabbled in the idea of like just like using remote connectivity to like just like share games from there to like my to my thing. But the thing is like there's never like a good like solution for that. Like latency issues, certain services like Moonlight there, Parsec's there. I would like to have like that kind of like functionality for like GPD win where like you just take your games with you, but like the thing is like the specs are still very weird and not all games are going to work very well with it. So I've seen like Low Spec Gamer, he mostly like tries to like break games down like to the like lowest specs possible, like even lower than like what they say in the option. Like we're talking like he's going into the configuration files, he's making his own files to like bring it down to the lowest possible settings that you can like make things playable on. So I've heard a lot about GPD Win, and I've thought about getting it for myself. But yeah, they're definitely precedent for the Steam Pal, whatever the hell they're trying to call it. And if it works out for Valve, it's cool. I wouldn't mind getting one. Personally, I would like a Steam controller to Valve. Like, that's what I really want.
I know Silver loves the Steam controller. I think he's the only person I know out of all of us that actually has a lot of use out of the Steam controller.
Like, I only bought the Steam controller for $5 when they were getting rid of it, because I'm like, for $5, I'm not going to say no to it. So I just did it, and
yeah. Technically, I own 3 of them. I own 3 of them.
I kind of regret not getting a second one just to sell it.
Yeah.
With the Steam machines where that Valve licensed the concept, they didn't make them internally. Yeah.
Yeah, they were internal, but like, the idea was to have like a PC that you can modify pretty easily, so you can like kind of swap out GPU, CPU, stuff like that. Pretty much like baby's first like gaming PC, but like it's easier for them to kind of like modify it, because the idea was they're trying to like, you know, take a foothold in the console market, and they were trying their best to like make PC gaming, I don't say affordable, but like try to make it like accessible. Because like I feel that's the main thing with PC gaming that's hard for people to get into. Like, in order to get like a really decent rig, you got to spend some cash. You can budget.
Yeah, of course.
But like if you know what you want out of PC gaming, you're spending money. Like, I've already invested thousands of dollars into this PC, and I've had it for like 5 years.
You don't want to know how much I put into my PCs. I put way too much into my entire setup. Never mind just the PC, just to get this thing to work with VR. It's kind of like the same as Oculus, like doing the same thing with the Quest 2 to make VR more of an entry level thing.
But for me, it's like I've spent so much, and like the most recent thing I got was a gift, which was the solid state drive. That's 4 terabytes. So I'm practically set on that for a couple of years.
Yeah, no, pro tip. If you all want to have a faster computer, SSDs are definitely the way to go for a boot drive.
Yep.
Right. I was also gonna say that like for Mike, like if anything, like we kind of treat our PCs like we would like a car. Like, if anything, like the cars of like Gen X are like the computers of like the millennials.
Yeah,
like, I feel like that's like the generational difference. Like, I spend more time on this than like spending time on like tinkering or anything else. Izzy was asking real quick, should we expect word regarding developments of Part 2 for Final Fantasy VII Remake? Maybe so. I mean, again, Integrate just is about to drop for PS5, so yeah. I wouldn't put it past them to like put in like anything in the game, just that'll like hint towards Part 2 for the remake. But usually with Square Enix, you never know. Like, they'll like say whenever, whatever. So I'm not expecting too much from them. But back on Square Enix, the only thing I'm expecting from them specifically is actually more info on Life is Strange, because they do own Deck 9, I believe. Deck 9 is like partnering with Square Enix. Square Enix is the IP holder for Life is Strange, and they did the last Square Enix Presents. They revealed Life is Strange 2 Colors, which is the newest Life is Strange game. I want to hear more information about that. I want to hear more about Back 4 Blood. That's been like a really big thing, because all of us has played Left 4 Dead, and
all of us really want to get into it. It's like the next it's like technically Left 4 Dead 3, but not Left 4 Dead 3.
It's for all intents and purposes, it's Left 4 Dead 3. It's just that, you know, Turtle Rock is working is not working with Valve. They're working with like a different studio. They're working with Warner Brothers. So it's Left 4 Dead 3 in all but name. And we've seen the PvP showcase this weekend. I'll probably check it out and see how it works. Yeah. I didn't get into the beta, unfortunately. I'm hoping that they do another beta this summer. Because honestly,
I really wanted to get my hands on that. I think me and Silver must have put in at least 2 emails each to try to get in, and we had no luck.
Mm-hmm. Also, Gilligan, the controller was $5. It was pretty much like a clearance sale. They're selling out all their stock of Steam controllers. So if anything, the only way you can find them now is not officially through Valve. It's likely secondhand market. And I grabbed mine when I can, so I'm pretty set for like the next like couple years. If anything.
Yeah, I'm good on my end. So I'm glad I got the Steam controller. I haven't got to use it to its full potential just yet. Mainly because I'm just using Xbox. But
if anything, like, use what you're familiar with. Like, you don't have to like rush into using it. Like, I did mostly just like to like justify the purchase of this, and like I've learned a lot about it. Like, you know, in recent times, I'd say like I use it like I only use it like in like dynamic ways if I feel like I can like make a good control scheme. It's only really for those who want to go like really like in depth with like controls. Like, you want to make sure that you have everything all set up for yourself. Like, for example, like for Black Mesa, I'm planning to like tweak it so I can have like a better like weapon selection with the left pad. So, because like I've been having a problem like switching weapons in that, and I found that there was a better version of doing that in Half-Life 2 that someone did for Steam Controller. So I'm gonna look that up and see if I can replicate that for Black Mesa. Because if I can make that work, then it makes things a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was like third party stuff. Like out there, hopes for third party stuff for me. I don't know. Like it's hard to like judge what the third party's gonna do because like literally anything could happen. And I'll be like maybe excited, and maybe it's like I don't know. I can't really throw out anything that's like super duper outlandish. Like maybe I guess the only thing I could think of is like mostly indie because like I want to hear more news about the Valhalla sequel from Sylverstone Games. Like Nirvana is supposed to come out like whenever. It's supposed to come out like last year, but the pandemic happened and they needed more time to work on the game. So I haven't heard more about that. So I'm hoping to hear more about that. But I'm not sure if they're constrained by E3 times. They're indies. Indies will like do whatever they want whenever they want.
Exactly.
So there's that.
I'm also hoping for that game to come out, like, because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know. Shell really enjoyed it, and like I still want to do like a replay of it like in the future. Like I've thought about speedrunning the game actually because there was a speedrun scene for Valhalla.
Oh wow!
One thing I've always wanted to do for Valhalla, I've wanted to go through the game by making the drinks like by memory, but like not like using the recipe book at all. So I've thought about that like in the past, and maybe it's feasible. I'd have to like really be like I'd have to like study the book if anything.
Yeah, you have to do your homework for that.
Since I'm seeing people talk about it in my chat, how would you guys feel if Ubisoft announced like a third South Park game in the same vein as The Stick of Truth and The Fractured But Whole?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it at all. They did a really good job, like bringing South Park into like a gaming sphere because like again, Obsidian did like fantastic work on Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole. Like a third game would be interesting. I'm not against it. Maybe I'm not sure like what kind of storyline they could tell for this one because they did fantasy in the first one and superheroes in the second one. So I don't know where they would take it. That's the issue. Where would they go next with the idea, right?
Yeah, because the first game played a lot like Paper Mario, and I know that the second one is supposed to be like a tactics style game. So I don't know what type of gameplay they would go for this time. They'll probably go for something completely different. But yeah, like if they actually make a new South Park game, I'll buy it.
Right. Sticking to third parties though, I know the next since we're talking about Ubisoft Connect is happening this weekend as well. Is there anything you expect from Ubisoft this year? Honestly,
probably. Go ahead, Shell. Or
I guess yeah. Pete, you go first.
Probably like more content for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That's likely gonna happen. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean that's the easiest thing I can like really expect from Ubisoft. Valhalla news. They'll probably talk about Far Cry 6. They recently renamed Rainbow Six Quarantine. I believe it's called Rainbow
Extraction.
Six Extraction, right? That's the new name now. So they'll likely talk about that. But they said a full reveal is coming on Saturday, so that'll be the next big thing for Rainbow Six. I highly doubt we might hear more stuff about Beyond Good and Evil 2. Michel Ancel left the game industry like a couple years ago, a couple months ago, due to various allegations and stuff like that, which is like what people have been saying.
I think that game's gonna get canceled, or
reworked significantly. Like that's the thing. That's the problem with that game. The game's been in dev hell for like literally years upon years, and I feel like this is the closest that's been to being out. But it's very clear that there's still like a lot that needs to be worked on, and the guy who was like obviously spearheading it is now gone. So what do you do from where do you take?
Where do you go from
there? Right, exactly. We're expecting also like Watch Dogs Legion stuff to happen too. I think they said
content.
Like a new
I figured as much.
To happen, so that should be happening. If I want anything from that, maybe like I wouldn't be against like a new like Rayman, but like that's like again out there because one last Rayman we had was Legends, or not kind of the phone games. Like Legends was the last like console game. Michel Ancel is no longer at Ubisoft, and we don't know what they're doing now. Like again, like the last time we've seen like Rayman anything official was them hopping in Brawlhalla. So that's like the only thing that's been like kind of like there. So Rayman as a franchise is kind of like on the back burner, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's what my wish would be. Would probably be Rayman.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, because I love both games, like Origins and Legends. Though I do like Legends more, but it's a shame that like every time Ubisoft tends to release either one of these games, it gets sabotaged with something else. They usually Ubisoft like sells like one of their bigger games alongside it, like Assassin's Creed or anything else on the same day.
I was going to interject by saying, remember Skull and Bones?
Yeah, they already confirmed you're not seeing that this year.
Yeah, that is not coming. We're not going to hear about the game for like at least like another 3 years. Like I'm just throwing it out there. That game has been in dev hell for like forever. I personally thought it would have come out like before Sea of Thieves and taking Sea of Thieves Thunder, but Sea of Thieves is now out and like now it's in a seasonal like mode, and Skull and Bones is still AWOL. Like I don't know what happened. Like all we wanted was like a pirate game based off of like, you know, like literally take what the pirate stuff from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, make it its own game. And we've gotten kind of nothing.
Nope. Not a chance we're gonna see that at E3. So they even said it's not coming. And they didn't say we already know it's not coming, because didn't they say it's coming out 2022? Because I don't think that's gonna happen either.
They were hoping for 2022, and then I believe like I'll push back even further. So again, like for context, Skull and Bones was announced in, I believe it was announced in 2017. So about 5 years ago, like it was announced, and it's just been delayed.
Yep.
So the last thing that we've heard is that they are pretty much restarting development as far as I'm concerned, because it's a new vision for the game. Because initially it was based on the naval battling of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which was cool. But now, apparently, I guess now they have a new vision for what the game could be. So who knows? I've been hoping for this for a long time, because I played Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. It's my only Assassin's Creed game actually, but like it's my favorite. And I wanted something more like that, but we've heard next to nothing. So that game to me, as far as I'm concerned, is dead until like they say more about it. See if there's anything else like third party wise that we can like touch upon. Otherwise, we'll go straight into Xbox and Bethesda. That was like one of the bigger conferences happening.
Well, let's talk about Devolver Digital. What do you think we're going to see from them?
Crazy shit.
Yes. Every year, Devolver Digital has one of their showcases. They never miss. Even if they have like a weak showing, it's still way better than everybody else.
And the cool thing about it is that like there's always like a lot of like interesting things about like Devolver Digital, because like they seem to have like a interesting storyline, you know, with like Nina Struthers and like the Devolver crew. By the way, Nina Struthers is a fictional character, you know.
Yes.
But they're treated almost like in a real way. So in the last like Devolver Digital, they announced they talked about Shadow Warrior 3.
Yeah.
I believe they showed up like a lot of different games. I'm trying to like find like a proper
Carry On. It was Carry On. Fall Guys as well.
Yeah, Fall Guys was there. That is true. I believe wasn't that when they showed off Devolver Land Expo? That was the
yes. That's what they did. They even like one of my favorite parts about that skit was the whole like uncle who works for Nintendo was there. Yes, I love that.
That was true. The uncle who works for Nintendo was there. So they talked about like Carry On, Olea, Serious Sam 4 was talked about, and I guess the main thing that they really pushed was the Devolver Land Expo, because it was a free thing that you could download on Steam just to explore like almost like I don't say 1-to-1, but it explores like they brought in like the E3 show floor, and it was kind of like they had like robots patrolling and everything. If you haven't played it yourself, it was really fun. Like for someone who actually went to E3, it was scarily like, you know, accurate to like what E3 was like, you know, venturing through the halls and everything. Just minus, you know, crazy killer robots trying to get you. But this year I'm expecting, you know, more weird memes from Devolver Digital. I'm not sure what else they can really talk about game wise, because like I guess like we'll see Fall Guys. Like we'll see Fall Guys in some capacity.
Yeah, without doubt.
But I want to see. Go ahead.
Sorry, water. I was gonna say Fall Guys is like one of the biggest properties, and I'm not sure what else they could really like put out there.
Probably sequels to some of the games that they have already.
Likely sequels. Like
My Friend Pedro 2, maybe.
Yes, please.
That'd be nice. Devolver for their games though, like I generally don't try to like predict what they're gonna make or any sequels of any kind, because like remember they are a publisher. They don't make games, they publish games. So it's up to like seeing like what's the next kind of like big indie game that will be given the Devolver stamp of approval. Like I feel like that's the thing you should look out for more than anything, because we had stuff like Miami, we had Loop Hero, Fall Guys, Into the Gungeon.
It's more like Not a Hero.
Downwell, Not a Hero. There's like a lot of names that Devolver has put their stamp on, and they've been more or less bangers. So
The Messenger is one of the best games they've done, as well as the Katana Zero was really fucking good.
Honestly, it'll just be interesting to see what they come up with in general. I'm just excited in general because they just have a fun show to do in general.
They have a really good eye in finding indies.
I guess I'm looking at the website right now. The only thing that I remember looking forward to was Weird West, which was like a top-down shooter. It was like a top-down shooter roguelike. And then Shell, you remember this from Indie World, where they talked about this game called Card Shark?
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one where like you can cheat?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that's a good one. I can't wait.
That game looked interesting.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to hear more about that, because we haven't heard more about Card Shark yet. Weird West. I'm just like going over like a lot of their stuff here to see what's been out yet, and I remember those two games that really stuck out to me in particular. So maybe we'll hear more about that. Like, who knows? Again, Devolver Digital like does what Devolver Digital wants, and I'm expecting to see like maybe some really cool stuff like that happens. Like, if anything, look out for them.
Yep.
If anything,
100%.
And
right,
Gilligan says Frog Gun.
Frog Gun. It's a Kickstarter project.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a picture too of that on Twitter. It was interesting.
I'll have to check it out later on.
And Mishi, to answer your question. Sorry, I was gonna say, Mishi, to answer your question. The Switch and Xbox releases of Fall Guys are delayed indefinitely. Like, so you're not gonna be seeing those until like most likely later this year.
I thought they said end of summer, and now it's like even further.
Yeah, because they're working on the cross-platform multiplayer for both of them, since there's already on PC and PS4.
Yeah, I think they would rather have the crossplay like working fine before they commit to like having more versions out there, because right now it's just PC, PS4. That way they can work with just two versions, link those together, and then work on the Switch and Xbox versions, get those linked up, and then we should be fine.
Which, by the way, I think Season 4 is going to be lasting a little bit longer while we wait on those to be done, and then we'll probably get Season 5 along with the release of those two versions, if I had to take a wild guess.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the link for that thing Gillian was talking about, Frog Gun.
Yeah, I gotta close my thing.
Yeah, don't get any moths in here.
Don't get killed by the Mafia.
Who can forget the Mafia? The Mafia. Oh man. All right.
No moth this time. It's gone.
Good. Again, I've been keeping my windows closed, so no weird shit flying to my windows now. All right. I think it's high time for us to switch over to Xbox and Bethesda.
Yes.
So one of the biggest stories of last year, Microsoft buying Bethesda for I forget how much money. Let's see, Microsoft bought Bethesda. I gotta look it up. Like $millions, obviously, but like that was trillion. So I believe I might actually kick it was
$7.5 billion.
7.5 billion, not million. 7.5 billion to acquire Bethesda, which means now Microsoft has 23 different studios producing Xbox games. So these are all under I believe. Well, Bethesda's kind of their own label, but the Xbox Game Studios is their own thing. Some people are saying. People are saying that there might be like another like acquisition that happens this year. Again, like that's like predictions. We'll kind of get into that further. But what were you gonna say, Pete?
I was gonna say it's easily like if one of the biggest, if not the biggest acquisition, like buying Bethesda. Like, because I remember I just woke up one morning and then I just looked at my phone to see like Twitter, what's going on, and then everyone kept posting that, and I was just fucking shocked. But it's like, of all companies like Microsoft, and it's definitely gonna help them with like the value of like having more like first party exclusives now,
especially with their Game Pass on PC and console. Also, while they're at it,
Oh yeah,
yeah, because one thing to note is that people have always said, hey, like Xbox doesn't have franchises, like they don't have exclusives like certain other companies. Now they technically have Fallout, they have Doom, they have like Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, like they have like a huge like variety and like library of IP now that's them. And it's interesting to see like where they take like this Bethesda I'll say partnership, like their ownership of Bethesda, but usually Bethesda would have their own E3 showcase. Now it's more or less into.
Now it's just a mashup.
It's a mashup of both of them. And let's make one thing perfectly clear. So there are 2 games that are going to come out for PS5 from Bethesda, and that's Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop. And both games are two of the games that Bethesda are doing to finish their contractual obligations.
Right.
And hey, Calcos.
Yep.
Hey, Calcos.
Luckily, we got fixed.
Yeah, it's fixed. Yeah. So everything's all good.
Yeah. So Twitch just had a issue, and now we're over it. All right. So I guess we're going to order. Mike, what do you want from the Xbox Bethesda showcase?
All right. On the Bethesda side, I have a feeling we might maybe see more info on Elder Scrolls 6 because I know that was announced, I believe, right?
It was announced.
It was announced 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe they'll have some gameplay for it. I honestly don't know about the Bethesda side, but, I'm going to do my usual stick that I do every year for Xbox. Give us a new Banjo game. It ain't going to happen, but I'll ask for it anyway. Same as Conquer. I'll ask for it, but we're not going to get it anyway.
I mean, we're getting Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark is a nice thing. I'd like to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing what the next Forza has on the Horizon side of things, at least, because there was rumors, I believe, of I think it was either Steven or Calcos actually had said something about Forza Horizon 5 taking place in Tokyo or something like that.
Oh, that'd be
right. Cool. It's either doing like Horizon 5 or Motorsport. What do you want to say, Shao?
What I was going to say is that like the whole Perfect Dark thing, because I did tell you guys like before the stream, but I'll just say right now that because the majority of the people that are working on Perfect Dark used to work for Sony Santa Monica and Naughty Dog, and the fact that they work on the last Gears game, Gears 5.
Okay, the last couple of Gears games, because like the Coalition was almost like put together to make Gears games.
Yeah. Also Rareware's newest game, Everwild, I think it's called. I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah, that looked interesting.
If I had to ask for something else, it's not that we play the game anymore, but it'd be cool to finally get that PvE server shit for friggin' Sea of Thieves. That way we don't have to deal with toxicity. But that ship's kind of sailed, so to speak.
Yeah,
right, more or less. Right.
And the thing is, I wanted to get into the game with you guys. After hearing all that stuff, I'm like, nah.
I couldn't even enjoy getting a Pirate Ledger without someone being stupid to the point where we had to tell them, was it nothing personnel, kid?
Yeah.
That shit's going to still be burned in my memory about how toxic that was.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I was gonna say, people, what did you want specifically out of the Xbox Bethesda showcase?
All right, no problem. Ice Pick. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in.
Take care, Ice Pick.
All right, so let's see. So, as far as what I want from Xbox and Bethesda, I'll go with Microsoft first. So this is what I want. Me personally, I would actually like to see Microsoft like bring back a couple of their IPs that they used to have. I'm not talking about Rare because like obviously like Rare, like we already know like it's been wishy-washy on how they handle things. Personally, I will say another Killer Instinct. I would like more Killer Instinct. But I've been hearing that they're not. I'm hearing a rumor that they are trying to find a studio. Excuse me.
To make Killer Instinct.
To make a new Killer Instinct.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
That would be nice.
But other than that, like as far as other games that are not Rare, well, I know for a fact that they just had Gears 5 not so long ago, and I know for a fact that there's gonna be a Gears 6 on Xbox Series X at some point. Me personally, as far as other stuff, I wouldn't mind if they just randomly brought back Fusion Frenzy. I know it's random.
I'd be on board with that.
Yeah,
Frenzy. Interesting.
That's like that's my wild pick right there. Fusion Frenzy, and I don't know who would develop it, but it would be nice if they were to make it more like, it'll probably be more like the first game. Fusion Frenzy is a party game, Calcos. In the same vein as like Mario Party, there was only 2 of them. One on the original Xbox, and then there was another one on the Xbox 360.
It was really interesting what they ended up trying to do with it, because I remember correctly, it featured human characters, and each of the different worlds had like different themes, like mini games. And there was like a water planet, a fire planet, all that sort of stuff. It was really odd.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, I was kind of getting American Gladiators vibes out of those, mainly because of some of the mini games.
Yeah.
As far as everything else goes, for the Microsoft front, like we already know Halo Infinite is definitely going to be there.
Maybe they'll actually show off more of how polished the Green Buzz Lightyear game is doing.
Yeah, and maybe people won't meme the look of the game again like last year.
No, that was terrible how the freaking villain looked. I'm like,
yeah, that was a rough presentation. Like I liked what they were going for right there, but man, people were just like,
it looked good until it didn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's like I would, if I had to pick another thing from Microsoft that I would like to see, it's really hard for me because that's the problem. Microsoft didn't really have a lot of exclusives that interest me, except for Halo. But some of the ones I would say you already know, the obvious ones. But but any other game they just publish, but they don't exactly own. Oh, Fable would actually be interesting. I've never actually got into them, but I've heard.
I think they are working on Fable. They are working on Fable 3, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nah, are they?
I've heard one that got announced at least.
Let's see.
Not 3, you mean Fable 4?
But
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, Fable. Well, 4. 4. I believe it's Fable 4. The one with that fairy that got sucked by the
that
CG trailer. Okay, so they teased it, but that was again, it was just a teaser rather than a stable. We are there's gameplay, whatever.
Yeah, no, maybe they'll show gameplay this year. Who knows? That seems up in the air.
The creator, Peter Molyneux, I don't think he works in the video game industry anymore.
Molyneux has been out of the game industry after 22 Cans and the failure of Goddess. They washed out pretty much. I believe Fable 4 is being worked on Playground Games, I believe. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I believe it's the Forza developers who are working on this one, which is interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
And the other rumor is that it's being worked on in the Forza Horizon engine.
Wow, that's going to be interesting.
But the Forza Horizon engine is beautiful though. I love the environment stuff. So I mean, putting that engine for Fable would actually probably do it some good, I'd imagine.
Now, as far as Bethesda goes, what I would like to see from them is, since they've released a lot of classic Doom games, I want to see them do that for bring Wolfenstein 3D, the original game from the 90s on the consoles, modern ones. And what I would also like is, how about a new Fallout game that is actually a
single player game?
Yes.
I know Dirk said earlier he'd want them to redo Fallout 76, but I feel like Fallout 76 is kind of in too deep at this point.
Too late for that one, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's also off the table.
It's also off the table.
I've heard it's quote unquote better, but it hasn't been people who like it, they like it, but if you're looking for a really good Fallout experience, maybe hold out for another Fallout game. If they decide to work on Fallout 5 or whatever, who knows? It's kind of up there, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I guess I didn't get a chance to speak yet. So you guys missed a good amount of games too as well. So one of the big ones that Bethesda announced last year was Starfield. Starfield was their next big IP in the vein of Elder Scrolls, Fallout. It's kind of their next big thing where it's pretty much like a space epic of some sort. We don't know anything about it besides, hey, it has a cool logo and we're going to space. But Todd Howard, I don't know. You got to do something again this year. I don't know. Do not. Let's put this out there first. Do not port Skyrim to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. We don't need any more Skyrim ports. We're fine. No more Skyrim ports, Todd.
No, but come on. Yeah, but come on. Don't you want Skyrim on every console like Resident Evil 4? They're trying to beat the record, man.
I feel like I have a gut feeling they're gonna do that. Like I have a feeling they're
do that. They're probably gonna do that. If I'm being honest.
Skyrim has been like a pox on the gaming industry for like years. Like it just won't go away.
Oh, by the way, it's not just going to be Skyrim that they're going to do it to. You wonder what they're going to do it to? Doom 2016. They're going to do the same shit.
Yeah. Hey, Rio.
By that extension, they'll do that with Doom Eternal.
Eternal would be nice. God, like, it's too soon for a third game in the Doom reboot series, but like, yeah, because like they just wrapped up stuff on the Ancient Gods. I heavily doubt they have something for Doom, coming later on. Like, I personally would like to see maybe a Quake revival, but the thing is,
Quake would be interesting. I'd be down for it.
Yeah, we're like Quake.
The only thing that sucks, the Quake Champions kind of bombed horribly, so I would guess they won't likely do that. Quake Champions does exist, but like who plays Quake Champions?
Nobody plays Quake Champions.
I don't believe anyone plays Quake Champions that much besides people who are like just desperate. Like I'm pretty sure people went back to like Quake Live if it's still even up. One of the random things that I would have liked if they did like a remake of Quake 3 Arena or like a remaster of Quake 3 Arena. Quake 4. Yeah. Some people didn't like Quake 4. I liked Quake 3 Arena better. And Quake 2. Like I played that a lot in T4. Pete talks about Deathloop. Pete also talked about Ghostwire Tokyo. It won't likely happen on the Xbox stage because those are more like PlayStation console exclusives. They did tease an Indiana Jones game. There was that.
Yeah.
I honestly almost forgot about that.
I forget who's working on the game though, but I know it's Bethesda. I believe it's Bethesda Game Studio that's working on Indiana Jones. Maybe you won't hear anything so soon as this E3, maybe next E3. But that's like one thing that we could like look forward to seeing, at least like a mention of. Halo Infinite, we'll likely obviously see like a ton about that. Maybe, some more footage, hopefully. Yeah. Psychonauts 2 is coming out this year. So remember, Double Fine is a Microsoft studio. So there's that. We talked about Perfect Dark, Everworld. One thing that we also missed was Hellblade 2. So sequel to Senua's Sacrifice. They did tease it when they revealed the Xbox Series X. So I'd like to see something about that. That game was like fantastic, and I'm guessing a sequel would be like really, really intense of some kind. So more or less that. Xbox is gonna talk about Game Pass. Like they're gonna try to push Game Pass a lot. So it'd be interesting to see like how they push it further.
Honestly, yeah. So you and me were talking about this before, but yeah, Rare Replay coming to PC Game Pass would be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be good. That'd be good. Rare Replay coming to PC Game Pass. That's one thing that I really wanted. Like, if I check my notes again, like Pie in the Sky hopes, like new Banjo, Rare Replay on PC, Forza Horizon 5. So again, go on, Pete. I had a thought for a second. I think I lost.
Well, I got a Pie in the Sky. Very super wild thing regards to Microsoft, and it also regards to Nintendo.
Which is
Game Pass or xCloud on Switch.
Right.
That's the wild one I'll go with.
Right, Nintendo and Microsoft are doing something together this year.
Something seems to be in the works. There's been some subtle hints when you look at some Microsoft employees. You would see a Switch in the background. It could mean nothing.
It could mean something.
It could be something.
It could theoretically be something.
My Pie in the Sky hope would be like a new Banjo game and it's on Xbox and Switch.
Right.
But I will say Game Pass or xCloud on Switch, like people could like it or not, but that would be a huge deal. That would be
that would be massive. I'd be down for it, to be honest.
Yes.
Right.
Yo, like having Sea of Thieves and all those other games on the go on the Switch through Xbox Game Pass, like shit.
But it's like the problem now is this: where would they reveal it? Would they reveal it in Microsoft's conference, or would they reveal it in the Nintendo Direct? We wouldn't know if it's true. We wouldn't know.
Maybe a little bit in both. Maybe some Microsoft titles coming to Nintendo and theirs, and maybe some Nintendo games going to Xbox on theirs or something, or vice versa.
Like, I don't know if it'll happen, but it's just something wild.
Yeah, no, that would be wild to think about.
Yeah, I feel like xCloud could theoretically work, but like there's like a lot of things that would be that you have to like work off. Also, Rio, I hope you're doing well too, man. Like I'm glad to see you, dude. Glad to see you.
Everybody. Thanks to everybody that's coming through though, for hanging out.
For context,
exactly,
that's the person who built my PC. So that's my architect.
Hey.
All right, so one thing I want to do before we move on, we're to the big end, was to give like a lay of the land of like how big Xbox Game Studios is. So we're talking 343 Industries, which is Halo, Coalition, which is Gears of War, Rare, which is Sea of Thieves and Everwild, Mojang, which is Minecraft, Obsidian Entertainment, which is Avowed in the Outer Worlds, Turn 10, which is Forza Motorsports, Playground Games, which is Forza Horizon and the New Fable, Initiative, which is the name of the studio working on Perfect Dark, not the Coalition, it's actually the Initiative.
Okay.
Ninja Theory is Hellblade, Undead Labs with State of Decay, In Exile Entertainment with Wasteland 3, Double Fine with Psychonauts 2, World's Edge with Age of Empires. We didn't talk about that. Age of Empires 4 is being worked on, so we might see something about that
That'd be nice.
In the Xbox presentation. And Compulsion Games will be happy for you. So those are the last games, and then
I forgot one more. I forgot one more thing from Microsoft that they might announce during their thing that we're still waiting on. I would like to see if we're going to actually get the Cuphead DLC this year.
Oh right, yes, Cuphead.
We almost completely forgot about that. We're hoping that drops soon.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Studio MDHR isn't a Microsoft studio, so.
I mean, I know, but lately, when they first announced the DLC, it was at Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah, if they wanted like a world premiere, Xbox thing, they would go there first. Like I feel like that'd be the thing.
Yeah. But now I have to ask another question before we go to Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
If there really is another acquisition that's going to be announced by Microsoft, who do you think they're going to buy next?
That's a good question. Like, it's weird. It's weird that we have to talk about this, but this is a reality because, like, it seems now that the general thing to do in like gaming is like corporations like acquiring new studios. I don't even know who. Like, I'm not to like sort out like, oh, this would be a good company to take over or whatever. Like, really, it could literally be anybody. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, I'm not sure if they want to throw in some more money to like acquire certain studios, stuff like that. Again, it could be literally any studio as far as I'm concerned. Like, the thing is, like, maybe it's someone who's like worked closely with Microsoft for the last couple of years. A lot of people thought it would have been Insomniac, but now Insomniac is owned by Sony. So
and Sony also owns Bluepoint.
Yeah, Sony also owns Activision and Toys for Bob, right? That's Blizzard.
No. Well, Activision Blizzard. Like, remember, it's a merger between both of them.
I don't know who Microsoft would probably take as a company.
I doubt it. If anything, we'll let them announce it. Like, we can't speculate on like who.
That's too much to think about.
Yeah, it's too much to think about. But the one thing I will say though is that I personally I know the idea of having some games like being on one platform and having these games like give you a reason to get the platform. I understand that. But I really feel like in regards to competition, that's actually not good.
Yeah, no.
Like consumers will eventually lose out. So it's gonna get to the point where you're not gonna see like Doom, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and all those games on either Nintendo or PlayStation anymore. You'll still get them on PC, but if you want to get it on console, the only console you're going to get it on is Xbox.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So
the only way is X.
That's the main thing I don't like about all these buyouts.
Yeah, no, it kind of feels like a monopoly is kind of starting in a sense. It's not good.
Mm-hmm. And I'm reading my chat. I don't see Microsoft buying Activision. I will say, if that were to happen,
I feel like legally they couldn't because then that would breach into the antitrust.
You guys want to give me 2 seconds to take care of something before we go into the big end? I'm gonna make it quick. I gotta take care of something quick.
No problem.
All right, sure. So Mike's gonna just take his quick time. How you guys doing in chat? I guess like we just like talk to like chat.
Yeah, like hopefully everybody in all of our chats are doing very well tonight. Because
I'm reading what Adam's saying real quick. Like again, like we were saying earlier that like the Xbox brand is known for having like well-known, like I wouldn't say like well-known, but like franchises that we know that are on Xbox because mostly it's like multi-platform. Like it's on Xbox, it's also on PlayStation. maybe to a extent on PC or Nintendo platforms, but generally there's no like signature Xbox franchise. I think really the only thing you can really say now are Halo and Gears of War, and that's pretty much about it. So that's one way of thinking about it. So Izzy asks,
how's Nintendo being like Disney? Okay, how's Nintendo being like Disney? I'll tell you how. Cease and assists.
Well, cease and assists and the vaulting. Now.
And
forget about it. Nintendo really is kind of becoming like Disney. Like, look what they did with Mario 3D All Stars. I don't even have to go any further than that.
Like, I would not be surprised if they do the same thing with Zelda. I don't know, like, because I know that they did a Fire Emblem. They did it for like the first Fire Emblem game, and that didn't really do that well. So like Mario, it worked for Mario, but it didn't work for Fire Emblem. But like in terms of buyouts, like I would say that like Microsoft is approaching like the Disney levels of buying out, and I don't like that either.
Yeah, no, it's not healthy for anything.
The funny thing is that Disney doesn't do that anymore. You say that now, Link Triforce. You say that now, but
you'd be surprised.
One day,
see it now, but like, give it enough time. Like, if the law doesn't prevent it, then Disney would just like be like whatever.
Don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning and you find that the Disney just bought McDonald's for about like $1 trillion or something.
Oh my god!
Then you'd get then you'd get a McMickey meal.
Oh my god!
See,
like there's a lot of stuff that I hear them to like, oh please no.
But by the way, Mishi, don't worry about it. Like you don't have to apologize for the fact that you and Adam took over the chat. Like it's fine. It's
Hey, listen, we appreciate all the comments. It gives us more to work with. If anything, we encourage it.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me, you guys have no idea how much you're helping us out because like sometimes again we're kind of like calling us like on the fly here, so we're just like we're being directed by you guys.
This is literally as amateur of a podcast as we could probably think of. We're literally just kind of like winging it at this point. We're like, how are we gonna do this? We have like no notes. We're just like freaking bullshitting about games. Yeah.
We're just basically just
like
Silver
said, 3 dudes just bullshitting about games.
Exactly. Right. That's what we're doing right now. But as far as Nintendo goes,
it's time to fan out about them now because this is the one we're all gonna really like have a lot to say about.
Okay, so
this one takes like an hour for us to like just get over everything.
All right, so where do we start?
All right, so I guess we'll start with the format, and then we're kind of like we're gonna open it up. So okay, Mike, what do you want from Nintendo Direct this year? What do you want from like Santa Nintendo?
Give me Mario Kart 9. I don't care about anything else. I don't even give a shit about who the new Smash characters are. We got Splatoon 3. I'm happy for those that got a Splatoon 3. Maybe I should have been so bitter back in January. I'm happy that we're getting a Splatoon 3 because I'll probably get it. But literally 3 Splatoon games before we got a brand new Mario Kart. We've been playing on the same freaking tracks for 7 years. I know we have Mario Kart Tour. I don't count that as a real Mario Kart. I consider that like a bootleg Android game. I want a proper Mario Kart on a proper sequel. Some new characters, bring some ideas over from Tour. Because Tour had some good tracks and ideas and stuff. Bring that over to a console version. That's all I honestly want. We want some good stuff. Or at the very least, DLC for 8 Deluxe if we really have to. At least 16 new tracks or DLC.
Yeah. I was gonna say like let's stand up for a bit because I know like Mario Kart 9 has been a topic for a while now because the success of Mario Kart 8 and by extension Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has kind of like put the Mario Kart series in a weird predicament where it's like now it's considered at least like an important franchise within the Nintendo, repertoire. And so literally the last things we've gotten are Mario Kart Tour and phones and Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which is the spin-off on Switch. And a lot of people have been, I won't say like justifying, but like they're saying, why did the Mario Kart 9 when they're doing all this stuff already? Like, do they really want to kneecap sales of 8 or whatever? Like, to like do a Mario Kart 9. I feel like with Mario Kart 9 there's a lot that could be done. Tour is actually doing really well in terms of like character diversity. That's like one thing they've been like nailing with Tour. Just like having some of these various characters that weren't even in like Mario Kart 8, for example. Let's say that.
Yeah, King Baban, freaking Diddy Kong, the Super Mario Kart skins have been great. They literally have a lot of ideas that they could put over into Mario Kart 9 if it was to happen.
Right.
Also, I do want to say Mario Kart Live Home Circuit was a fantastic thing, though. Even though I know it's a toy, I enjoyed it from the time I did get my hands on it, but it doesn't feel the same as a new console game would be.
Gilligan is right. Like, it's like saying that we'll never get a new Animal Crossing because of Pocket Camp. I again, like never. It's like never say never. And I say like they'll never like do Mario Kart 9. They will. Like over time, Mario Kart 8's not going to sell as much as it used to anymore. So they're going to move on to other things. Like the thing is, like, when will they do Mario Kart 9? And if so, are they going to be on the Switch or whatever feature comes out the Switch? Because like Mario Kart we sold like a lot. Mario Kart 7 sold alright. Mario Kart 8 just like sold a good amount on the Wii U. It was the highest selling game on the Wii U, and now it's practically the highest selling game on the Switch. Like, yeah. I forget how many units. Like it's almost like
it's a lot.
Units, I believe.
It's definitely a lot. But so I will say though, the moment that Mario Kart 9 hits either Switch or the next console, instantly it's going to be the fastest selling game of the entire series. Like how long it took for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to sell on the Switch, Mario Kart 9 is going to do that in a year.
Yeah, and honestly, if we're getting Splatoon 3, I mean, yeah, we could usually say we didn't really need a Splatoon 3 because we got Splatoon 2, but I guarantee when Splatoon 3 drops, it'll probably get just as many good sales as Splatoon got, if not more so. So, honestly, I could see Nintendo not wanting to, like, miss the opportunity. Like, the Switch is, like, 4 or 5 years left on its life cycle. Now would be the perfect time to kind of do Mario Kart 9. If not now, definitely next year for its 30th anniversary. Yep. If not this year at E3, definitely next year. I feel like we're going to get Mario Kart 9, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the fact that we're currently in the halfway point, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, like, what type of games Nintendo is going to give us within the second half of the life cycle. Because so far, we got a lot of good stuff. But
we did.
What else are we going to get? Like, because I'm expecting that this year we'll get some really good stuff. But depending on what we get next year, it could be almost as good, or maybe it could be better than 2017. But it depends on the games we're going to get.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah. It all like depends on like is gonna be like the perfect storm of like getting all these announcements out like right. Like I feel like the last like really good like E3 direct that they did was, I want to say, like 2019. Like
yes,
2019. Forget about 2019 was a hell of a year.
Yeah, like there was just so much.
There's a lot. There's a lot. There was so much like just like good that they just put out there. It was a perfect storm of like really good news, the stuff that we wanted to hear. And even more so. So for this year, I guess Mike, you can probably continue with anything else that you wanted this year. Like maybe it'll go like overlap with us. Like was Mario Kart 9 like the only real thing that you were looking forward to this year? Like was there anything? No,
there's some other stuff as well. But Mario Kart 9, I had to do my rant of that. I wasn't gonna not do that. Let's see. In terms of like Smash character, the Smash character is gonna end up being a thing. Even though I'm not a fan of the fact that Activision and Blizzard are together, I still kind of want Crash Bandicoot, even though I don't know how I'd 100% feel about that anymore.
Yeah.
I have a weird feeling that we're probably maybe going to get both characters revealed at this direct.
Yeah.
Like 2019, they sandwiched it with freaking Dragon Quest Hero at the beginning, and then they ended it with Banjo. I feel like maybe at the beginning they might not announce like the last Nintendo choice character, and then at the end we'll get like a third-party character that's going to be like a real like showstopper.
All right, and okay, speaking to Smash, then I know Mike said Crash Bandicoot. Like, Pete, who do you think it might be? Just start like a name.
Okay.
Just like
I'm gonna throw this one out there.
Okay.
The next, I think, one of the two next Smash characters we're gonna get. I really think that we're gonna get probably a Koei Tecmo character, and that's going to be Ryu Hayabusa. I know it's a safe pick, but Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden should have been in Smash a long time ago. And Nintendo and Koei Tecmo have a pretty strong relationship, so I could see that being the case.
Not to mention the Ninja Gaiden collection coming to Switch if it's not already out.
Yeah, it's actually out.
That is true.
But yeah, that, and if you want me to go wild, believe me, I'll go wild as to who I think we're gonna get.
There's like a lot of potential ones that you can just throw in there.
I'm just gonna say this right now. we are going to be getting Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I'm joking.
Honestly, I take that over a Fortnite character. I still don't want no Fortnite character in my Smash Brothers.
I don't want Fortnite in Smash. I know.
I still feel like it's possible.
I know it's possible. I just don't want Fortnite in Smash. But no. I really don't think it's going to happen. I think that if it would have happened, it would have happened a long time ago. Then again,
I guess there's that. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
in the case of like Minecraft negotiations for having Minecraft and Smash date all the way back to 2015.
Yeah, that was like,
which is pretty crazy to think about.
So it was more for having Minecraft and Smash. It was more of a matter of when and not if, and it already happened. So Fortnite, I don't think it's happening here. But
Derek, I know. Derek said that they want Tekken representation. Like we only got the Hachi
Jin, because Hachi's a costume, so Jin.
Yeah.
You say Jin, I could say Kazuya.
I'd say I'll just be out there and say Kuma the Bear.
Yoshimitsu would be a good choice too.
Or King. Technically, I know Izzy said Soul Calibur. Yoshimitsu is in both Soul Calibur and Tekken.
Nina Williams.
Yeah.
Nina Williams.
Honestly, Yoshimitsu would be a good pick.
Yoshimitsu would be nice.
If we're talking Soul Calibur, I'd probably go Astaroth.
Siegfried or Nightmare.
All right, so cutting out the third parties here. Is there any other like Nintendo character that would be suitable for Smash in some way?
You know what? Just to throw people off, I'd want Bandana Waddle Dee.
The safest pick that I could think of for first party Nintendo would be a Gen 8 Pokemon rep. But
yeah, that's literally the easiest one to think of.
I feel like that's definitely possible, to be honest.
But I know for a fact that the only people who are gonna get mad are like the whole like bring back National Dex people, like all those people that keep shitting on Pokemon again and again. Like I will say this right now. It will actually get the most amount of dislikes, even more so than Byleth. It's going to get the most dislikes. I will guarantee that. Even if it's
because Pokemon and Fire Emblem are like the safe picks according to some people.
And it's not even just the fact that we have too many Pokemon reps. No, that's not even it. It's the fact that a lot of people on the internet hate Sword and Shield, even though I don't even think they're anywhere near that bad. I think they're pretty solid games.
Yeah, no, Sword and Shield is all right.
Are they the best Pokemon games? No, not even close.
Not really.
But they're not even the worst either. Far from it.
Yeah, like,
the worst is still X and Y.
To me, that still is the worst. That was the last one that I bought before Pokemon Sword. And I still haven't finished Sword. Speaking of like Pokemon, like I feel like it wouldn't be Cinderace, Derek. I think it'll be Rillaboom.
Yeah, that's the one that would go.
Either that or Urshifu, the freaking fighting panda thing.
I'm not sure if I want that one. Like I feel like it'd be like a starter or like something that's a little bit more recognizable in some way.
Yeah.
So,
we don't have a grass starter represented in Smash because we have Charizard and then we have Greninja.
Rillaboom.
We don't really. Yeah, Rillaboom would be a good idea, honestly.
Yeah, Rillaboom is like literally the only choice I can really make because like they're grass type Pokemon, and I feel like it would work very well for Smash. So that's like the safest we can make because like if anything, it's very hard. It's very hard to like consider who would be in Smash that we haven't thought about yet because Rex and Pyra is in there now. God, it's like I doubt they can do like one more like WTF character. You know, like they did Piranha Plants. For this one, Wii for Trainer was like Smash 4s. I'm not sure they can pull that again. But again, like I also highly doubt we're discounting Waluigi. Like just like let's throw it out there, not happening.
Waluigi. If Waluigi is confirmed, I'm just gonna throw my copy in the trash. Except I'm not gonna do that because it's not. Waluigi is an assist trophy, so they're not gonna do that.
They like Sakurai said, like they're an assist trophy for a reason. Like assist trophies are, they're still valid as like a representation, but like people won't like that,
Yeah.
You know what's messed up that I think might end up happening at the end of the direct when the second character gets announced. Like the character gets announced, and then at the end of the trailer, you just see another fucking Smash invitation floating through the breeze or something, and Pass 3 somehow gets announced. I really kind of hope that doesn't happen because I think Sakurai needs to fucking take a break.
Sakurai is adamant. He's adamant enough that he's not wanting to do Pass 3. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think 2 more is enough, and that's it.
It was like the fact that we got a Pass 2 is like surprising enough. Like the fact that we got that was like just surprising. getting past two was again. I thought we just get the 5 characters afterwards and that's it. Again, ending on battle would have been sucky, but I think.
And the other 4 characters more than made up for that.
Yeah, and Dragon says that he's expecting the unexpected, which you should always expect the unexpected. You just never know what you're gonna get.
Right. So okay, I'm gonna veer off from Smash a little bit. Since we're kind of on the same page here, we're talking about Pokemon. Let's just get out the way.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna show off more Pokemon Legends Arceus or Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Are they gonna talk more about that? Do you feel like?
I think we will actually see more Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, but
I'm somewhere in the middle.
But since those are remakes, I already know what to expect. If there's new content there, I like to see that. Now, I'm more interested in seeing more on Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Right.
I want to know more
about next year.
Yes,
the fact that they're coming out so soon, it surprised me. I thought we wouldn't get it for at least another year.
I really think that
go ahead, Pete. Finish your thought first.
I really think that trailer that we've seen might not have been from. I think it was supposed to be shown last year. So
more than likely, it seems like a very early trailer.
If it's still looking rough, then that's going to be a shame. But I hope that that was just an early trailer and that we're going to get a much, because usually with Nintendo games, let alone even Pokemon, usually the second or third trailer is usually a better looking trailer that's supposed to hook people into the game.
Yeah, a little bit more polished. Definitely everything's all sorted out, and they can really build out the game even further than before.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, maybe I don't know if they're actually going to show a Pokemon during this direct. Maybe they might announce that they'll have another Pokemon direct to announce a little bit more about it. Maybe
that is true.
That is potential.
I don't know, because I feel like there's other stuff that's kind of necessary to be taking up to 4 minutes. And Pokemon, I feel like they could always just put that to the side and announce hey, we got more Pokemon news coming down the line. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's probably the guaranteed Pokemon section of the direct. If it's not in the direct, it's likely to be its own Pokemon Presents or whatever. That's something to address about Pokemon. Pokemon is also considered almost a separate entity from Nintendo in a way because of the Pokemon Company.
Nintendo owns a stake in Pokemon. It's Nintendo, then Pokemon Company, and then Game Freak, 33% each.
Yeah.
Well, the Pokemon Company is Nintendo, Creatures Inc., Game Freak.
Oh yeah, Creatures
Inc. Everyone forgets about Creatures Inc. All right. As a Pokemon, I guess jumping ahead to Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2.
Honestly, I'm gonna say if they don't say that they're gonna do some 35th anniversary announcements during this direct for Zelda, I'm gonna feel bad for whoever is a Zelda fan.
That's true.
It feels really weird that they haven't said anything about its 35th anniversary, what they did with Mario and stuff.
Yeah,
right. To dip into the rumor mill a little bit, apparently, some posters were delivered to GameStops, and apparently they were probably their 30th anniversary related, some kind of no logos or anything like that, but new Zelda posters, and there's a lot of things that I feel should have started already, but I feel maybe the pandemic put them off for the 30th anniversary. I still maintain the idea that they won't do much 35th anniversary stuff until after Skyward Sword HD comes out, or they're gonna brand it as a 30th anniversary thing, and then use that as a jump off point for more Zelda news. So people are saying maybe a Zelda direct could happen. Again, the last time we had a Zelda direct of any kind, I think was I forget Hyrule Warriors. I think Hyrule Warriors that's a different thing.
If Zelda Direct happens, I think it'll be happening maybe a month or two after E3, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they'll do the same thing they did for the Mario 35 Direct. I feel they'll have a Zelda 35 Direct and some.
Yeah, just announce out of nowhere.
Form. Hell, if they have no time for that, literally just say, hey, in a month's time, we're doing a Zelda 35th anniversary Direct. Say the date. We'll talk all about things from there, but we'll tease you guys, obviously. But more information in that Direct. But again. That's just asking for the most from Nintendo.
I do think we will see Breath of the Wild 2 info, though, too, at least, alongside all that.
What I'm thinking is, my prediction on Breath of the Wild 2, March 2022, because by then, Breath of the Wild 1 and the Switch will be 5 years old. So, it makes sense.
Give it extra time to polish the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen what the game really looks like. We know it's in the same engine, but we don't know how we're there's not much that we know about Breath of the Wild besides the fact that it's Zelda and Link together. Seemingly Ganondorf is like in there in some way, shape, or form, and I don't know. Like again, a game of Breath of the Wild size is tremendous, and working on that seems to be like the craziest thing ever.
Yeah,
I'm just interested in like how the world building will be for this game, because like if it's gonna be, I doubt it's gonna be like the same. It'll be like the same exact world, but like there's gonna be like a lot of differences. Like maybe more developed towns, more developed areas. Seemingly there's like an underground to Hyrule Castle now, apparently. So there's that. Also, yeah, Dragon. Hearing that Breath of the Wild is like 5 years old is like weird, because like I'm like, if time passes by like when you least expect it, like I'm like, damn, it's been like 4 years since that. Like,
yeah, it's wild.
I felt like it was like a year or two ago. Like, but like now, like Breath of the Wild has been around for like a long time, and it's been a lot of like it's a lot to like just take into like consideration. In terms of any other like Zelda announcement that would happen, because we already got Skyward Sword HD. I would hope for some sort of like force storage mentions of some kind, but like again, I doubt it. Like normally Nintendo doesn't really talk about spin-offs until like after like a main game's out, and Skyward Sword is the remake that's happening. So there's that. Again, we have to like wait to see what they do for the 35th anniversary. Like I don't know what they could possibly do. For all I know, they could literally do like a Force Wars Anniversary Edition, but on Switch. But
that'd
like,
be pretty cool to see
that. Or something. I don't know.
I will like that.
Force Wars remade in the Link's Awakening style would be interesting to see.
That would be nice
That'd be
too.
Cool. That'd be nice.
But what I'm also thinking we probably will get would be like here's the thing. I want to bring up one point regarding like a potential Zelda anniversary. Like they could just hype everything up from E3 potentially if they decide to start it there, or whatever they do it up until like the last stop of the whole hype train would be Breath of the Wild 2. That would make sense for them to do that. Just start from whatever they're gonna do. Like start from Skyward Sword up until Breath of the Wild 2. That's the way to do it.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right.
So
switching gears again. Just to get it out of the way, we're not going to see anything with Switch Pro. I think that's going to happen. Like it's very clear they're keeping software only. They'll announce a Switch Pro when they want to. Like as much people want them to like announce it like during E3. Hell, they didn't even announce the 3DS XL during like E3 or whatever when they said we're not making the 3DS. They just threw it out there, right? Like notice how like there's very rarely like a new revision announced at E3. It's always like the main thing, like the 3DS, the Wii U, the Switch. Well, the Switch less so because that was announced outside of E3. But like the main thing usually said for the main show. But like the Switch Pro, if it's like as big as people are pushing it to be, would have been like a lock for E3. But like again, we can't predict anything that Nintendo does. Nintendo will do like what they want to do. So if anything, put up with like another like half year of like, hey, y'all got these games coming out. They're coming out soon. No more news for you guys. Like, these games are coming out very soon. Game Builder Garage, Mario Golf. I'm not expecting much in terms of like the Pro. Speaking of like games that haven't talked about for a while, Metroid Prime 4. I said it before, like in someone else's stream, like the game will be dead to me until like they talk about it again. Like as far as I'm concerned, it's restarted development, and Retro is still hiring people for the project.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we probably hear anything about it. But Pete, you had an interesting idea you were telling us earlier before the stream and stuff about Metroid. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, because I know it's gonna be some time before we get a Metroid Prime 4,
right?
Which I'm expecting. Like, well, actually, I can't even expect. I don't even know a timetable for that. But what I do think that is possible is a new 2D Metroid that takes place after Fusion, made by the same devs who worked on the Samus Returns remake on Nintendo 3DS.
Mercury Steam,
Mercury Steam. I do think that since it's been some time since that game came out like almost 4 years ago. So right. I do think that we could potentially get a new game for Switch. So I think that if they've been working on it for a while, I think they might just be wrapping up production. I think they originally planned for it to still come out this year, but they just needed some extra time, and now it's going to be coming out like most likely in the fall. I'm thinking September, October would be like more appropriate because Nintendo does not have anything for August, September, October. So
yeah,
I think September or October would be great for a 2D Metroid. So the thing is, I want to know exactly what's going to be the fate of Samus that took like after Fusion, because now I want to know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
And if I will say though, don't expect Metroid Prime Trilogy. If it happens, it happens. But I would not expect it. 2D Metroid is probably the one that's the most likely that we're going to see. And then that's going to be like the most Metroid we're going to get for a while.
Yeah.
But
I
will say this right now. If it actually happens, I really hope it's more successful because so many people really want to see more Metroid games, and not a lot of those same people will actually buy the game. I want people to buy the game. Like, buy Metroid, please. Metroid needs more support.
Yeah, no, Metroid definitely needs the support.
Exactly.
Yeah, to splinter off from that, there's the general hype culture that I'm always worried about when it comes to like shows like this, because people will say, why isn't this franchise here? Why isn't that franchise here? The reason is you don't buy them. Like, case in point, no one buys them. Therefore, it's not worth it to like cater to the fans, because like if they're not, you have to realize at the end of the day, Nintendo's a business. Yeah, Nintendo's a business, right? Like if you guys are saying you want this stuff and they put it out there and you're like, I don't want it, why the fuck would they listen to you guys again when you say you want this thing instead? Like, again, that's not how it's gonna work. Like if that was the case for like a lot of games in the industry, maybe things would be different. Maybe so, but like you have to look at like the hard evidence of like past, series, failures, with like sales and stuff like that. F-Zero.
Oh yeah.
Dead buried.
Kid Icarus Uprising.
Did very well,
did well, but not well enough.
Uprising did well. The problem is that there's no like dedicated like developer for the game. And Sakurai's busy on Smash Brothers, so unfortunately, Kid Icarus.
Yeah, because that was something that Mike Maverick was saying. Maybe Metroid Trilogy coming to Switch, or maybe Kid Icarus Uprising, or maybe Metroid Other M for Switch.
Metroid M for Switch. I mean,
no,
don't
bother.
The only thing I ask for is to allow people to skip cutscenes.
That yes. Otherwise, I had to relive that like during Tarville stream. I'm good. I forget how weird the story for that is, man. Like, I own the game, I haven't played it yet, but like, man, I eventually I do want to do like a franchise killer for Metroid, because I have been at the trilogy on Wii, so it's on the cards. But like, man, like once they get to like Metroid Prime 4, it'd be good. Back to like what I was saying earlier with the franchise that people like want to support, but like nothing is there. Like Gilligan saying, Famicom Detective Club came out finally in America for the first time. Where's people supporting that?
I bought it because I like visual novels and I want to play them, and it's nice that we're getting like a piece of Nintendo history for the first time in North America. So Famicom Detective Club, and
I know he was really excited about Famicom Detective Club.
Yeah, he was excited. I haven't gotten it yet personally, but I do want to get the double pack for it, like when it comes out. Oh, not when it comes out. It's already out. When I get a chance to like get one more to spend, obviously.
Yeah.
The problem is when it comes to like new IP, people have when you say you want new IP, there's always an asterisk on that. Like, again, like one of my tweets like blew up on Twitter like out of nowhere because I was saying like, you want this kind of IP. It's like, no, that's too anime. That's too niche. That's eShop doesn't count. Shit like that. Like, no one. To me, I feel like no one wants a new IP. They want the next big thing. Like, that's what it is. Like, new IP is conflated with like next big thing. They want the next, Splatoon. They want the next Mario. They want the next Zelda. They want the next big thing that they can gallivant and flaunt, saying, "Hey, here's the next big Nintendo game." And unfortunately, like, with people like not supporting like some of these smaller things, like it's bad because like now it's like you're either AAA or you're indie. There's no mid market anymore, which sucks.
And if you call those people out on that, like, they get angry saying that it's not my job to do this, do that. You don't have to buy the game, but
people are hypocrites about that.
Yeah, listen, you don't have to buy the games, but don't be surprised if they don't ever show up again because you decide not to support them.
Yeah, I have listed like, sorry to cut you off, Shell. I always say I have listed at least like 30, 35 different IP for Nintendo I'm like, all right, so Nintendo's making new IP. What about this one? What about this? Like, that's dead. That's for casuals. That's this. That's whatever. Wait a second, Shell, just to bounce off of you real quick.
There was one person I knew. I asked him well, what type of new IP do you want from Nintendo? And they want Nintendo to ditch a lot of the stuff, including Mario and Zelda, and they want Nintendo to do exactly what Sony is doing right now, which is boring fucking action games with 30 frames per second gameplay. And not only that, stuff like The Last of Us. Do I want to see Nintendo do shit like that? No. Nintendo needs to have their own games. Do not if you're gonna have Sony Nintendo copy what Sony's doing with their PlayStation games. Interactive movies is what
If Nintendo copied Sony, Nintendo might as well go broke.
If they do, the moment that they ditch all their good stuff and then they decide to do what Sony's doing, I'm out.
Same.
And honestly, and I say all that considering the fact that Sony is the one that's usually copying what Nintendo or Microsoft or even Sega, for that matter, they will always copy that.
Right. I feel like it's just general homogenization of games where it's if your game doesn't hit X amount of certain things, it won't be successful. Look at Activision. All their studios are working on Call of Duty. All of them.
But now that you brought up Activision, I want to bring up something about this. So I'm gonna go back to bring up Rare real quick, because when Rare was actually getting sold, when the Stamper Brothers sold their shares and Nintendo sold their shares, you want to know who originally was going to buy them? Activision in a bidding war. But the reason that they lost because Microsoft at the last minute ended up offering more money to Rare. And Rare was this close to being bought out by Activision. So if Activision would have bought out Rare, they would have been yet under the Call of Duty studio, and you would not see Banjo with Smash. So Rare dodged the bullet. Don't get me wrong. Rare's tenure with Microsoft ain't all that great, but it could have been a lot worse.
Hey, listen, we got Banjo and Smash. That's good representation from Rareware in my eyes for now.
I was gonna say we survived throughout the whole Kinect Sports era of Rare. We're good to go. Here's the thing with Sony isn't there. I'm not saying that their games are boring or that they're awful. They're good games, but I don't want all games to be like that kind of game style. There's more than just third person action adventure games running at 30 FPS, looking beautiful as hell. Great. I like Horizon. I like The Last of Us. I like Uncharted. That's fine. I want different games though. That's Sony stuff. They can keep that. That's their prerogative. That's them. Cool. I have no qualms against it. I would like the games that would more likely would never get featured on a Direct. Maybe I feel like with gaming nowadays, people will say that they want different. The companies that are out there, they don't give different to them. If you want different, you gotta go indie. If I'm being really honest, you have to search for that stuff. People aren't making the things you want to make. You know what my most anticipated thing is this year? The fucking Playdate. A small fucking handheld. It's $179. Granted, it's not gonna play any game. It's not gonna play any conventional games as usual. Why I like it? The novelty. A lot of talented developers working on it. I can make games for that shit eventually, and more. That to me is exciting in gaming. The fact that you can have these new crazy ideas here. That to me, that's gaming.
Hey, listen, to me, honestly, indie games are sometimes better than some of the AAA games.
Honestly, sure. Hell, if you guys have an itch.io account, fucking $5 get you 1,000 plus games and more on itch, because they're doing a bundle for Palestinian aid. One of my games is in that bundle, by the way, just to let you know. You get that for $5, and there's so many games that are in there that have been in there. Nuclear Throne's in there, Calico's in there, VVV's in there. There's so many great indie games, even more that you've never heard of, but you'll hear of them if you get them. Honestly, there's so many games that in there I never played in my lifetime ever. If I'm being honest, there's 1,000 games in there.
Yeah, honestly, indie games and indie developers don't get enough credit for all the work they put into all this shit. They really don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, they need more credit, and I'm gonna say this right now. I once actually said on TikTok, which the video's not there anymore because the audio got muted and I had to get rid of it. But Someone actually said, make a statement about a video game that will piss a lot of people off. And I said, indie games are just as important, if not more, than AAA. And the reason why that it was muted is because there were so many people who were so fucking mad that I said that, because they're too high on the fucking AAA train that is only going to collapse the moment all these companies make so many games, force people to crunch and struggle making games. And also, shout out to Insomniac for not crunching all the people making the new Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah, that was like a breath of fresh air to see that getting crunch on that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If you're gonna get a game that's full of crunch, you're gonna get Cyberpunk.
I own that game and I still haven't finished it. Just give you an idea. Like I've gone back a couple times and like, man, that I feel like that's one of my more like disappointing games of the year of last year, because like I did buy into the hype, unfortunately, because everyone was like saying CD Projekt Red made The Witcher 3. They make good games, not that nothing can go wrong, but like they sold us on a lot of things, and then once the game came out, it was a perfect storm. I feel like it was one of the first times where I got like actively involved in like a thing, because like normally I would see this stuff from the sidelines. No Man's Sky in the beginning was like terrible. I didn't buy it. I eventually have it now because it's better. But like now, people are the problem I'm having now that stems from the No Man's Sky situation is that games can like ship awful but be better later on. But the thing is that's like a very, very different thing, because like it's hard to build back trust with people. Granted, some games be better. Fallout 76 is better than it was before at launch, sure, but has it damaged the brand? Absolutely. Like some people don't like the fact that some people still don't like 76 regardless of the improvements. They want single player Fallout. That's what they wanted. So they always wanted. So yeah, and also like Gilligan saying the EA originals are even outshining EA's own like AAA devs. Like Knockout City is an EA original, and that game has been like fantastic.
Phenomenal. We all love that game.
That one. So good.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of real quick, Knockout City 4v4. Like we were actually talking last night on stream, Team KO, and now it's happening. Can't wait to do it when we get to do it.
It'd be kind of cool if they announced some stuff about Knockout City, but I know we're on the Nintendo segment still. But,
Let's go back.
Well, EA Play is happening this weekend too, so maybe they could say something about Knockout City. But we'll let EA and Villain Studios do their thing there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, like they're like you. I think what they talk about in Knockout City, at least in that regard, is like the launch was successful, so many players signed up, yada yada. Maybe a season 2 tease for like what they're gonna do in the future. I don't know. But back to Nintendo real quick. I just want to kind of pull things back a little bit. Where are my notes? It's like lost them a second ago. So we are talking about. There's rumors about. There's rumors about. I just want to dip into more rumors real quick. One of the big rumors that's been circulated is that EPD Tokyo is working on a new Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, so, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, it is Donkey Kong's 40th year anniversary. I'd be kind of disappointed not to see the big gorilla over there at E3 this year.
Yeah,
it's interesting because like it's not retro this time, but like I'm wondering like the last time EPD Tokyo, or technically EAD Tokyo back then, worked on a Donkey Kong game was Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. So it'd be interesting to see like where they would take Donkey Kong, now past their revival of Donkey Kong Country. Like it's hard to see like how they can expand the Donkey Kong universe. Like I'm not sure if they would do like a 3D platformer. Like Shell probably is having flashbacks to Donkey Kong 64. All things considered. I try not to remind you, but like I'm hoping that if they do end up doing a 3D platformer, that it's not like bad. There's also rumors that NDQ is making Super Mario Party 2.
I would love to see, because honestly, with the new Switch Online and stuff, even though we got Super Mario Party Online, I wouldn't mind seeing them do that with Super Mario Party 2 and like fleshing that out more.
Yeah, I would not mind that like at all for sure, because like I feel like with Super Mario Party 2, there's still like a lot of like potential. There's potential with it, but the problem is the board's just boring.
Yeah.
If they could like have like less boring boards, more compelling mini games. Like I still haven't played online with the game yet, honestly, since they did.
No, neither have I.
The problem is like, even though it's cool that they added that in like 2 years after the game came out, 3 years. I honestly lost count. Like the game came out like 2017. Well, but like I feel like it was like too little, too late. Like
yeah.
That's my problem with it. Like I feel like a game, like considering how games now are being updated and stuff like that, you'd figure that they would do something in regards to like updating the game to like be a lot more a lot more favorable, right? Like, but like no, like the updates for the game have been like honestly just like worthless. If anything, this Dawn has been the best thing. Maybe I don't know if there's any other games that could be updated further with this, like that we need. I don't think there's any other games that would really like benefit from this stuff.
Speaking of updates, do you think that Mario Golf Super Rush is going to announce that they're going to trickle in DLC characters the same way Mario Tennis Aces did? Because I'm honestly hoping not, but I feel like they might.
They most likely will, but
maybe they won't announce it during E3. But I have a weird feeling down the line, maybe.
I don't even think they're going to even talk about like Mario Golf during the Direct, but I do see them talking about it and showing off the game at Treehouse.
Yeah,
right. Like, if anything, it'll be on Treehouse Live more than likely. I hope they don't do the DLC strategy of tennis aces, because like I feel like that was like a little bit too slow. I lost interest of the game really quickly too.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Same.
The character didn't really bring me back to the game, to be honest. Like it was cool to play as them, but like that wasn't really the main hook. Plus, also I feel like with Mario Tennis, like I feel like it's like lower on my totem pole of like Mario sports games. Like I actually like Mario Golf more than Mario Tennis because I feel like it's more compelling. And Super Rush looks like way more compelling than Mario Tennis did. Like being honest, like that speed golf, like I want to like play that like really like so much.
Yeah, I'm excited as hell for that.
The one thing I will say about this is that I think I have a solution about the whole trickle down thing and also DLC. How about this? If you really want the characters now, you could buy the DLC pack and you get the characters. If you want to wait, then you could just wait. You don't have to buy the DLC. You just wait for the characters to come in every month.
So pretty much like early access in a way.
Do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
That's what I do about it. Like, if you want to get them now for like a cheap fee. Otherwise, just like trip feed them. Like I feel like that'd be fine. Like I wouldn't be against that in any way.
Nintendo will still win either way.
Yeah, man, they're still releasing characters.
So was right. Consumers.
Right. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that like we might have missed out on.
Maybe Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4. If it ever decides to be real, I don't know.
That's somewhere like in Rumorville.
There's one thing I forgot to talk about. Well, again, another game that's unfortunately dead to me until they talk about it. Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3 could still happen this year, or it could happen like next year, because
I don't fucking know, man.
We don't know.
Taking forever. Like they're busy on other games, sure. They're self-publishing games now, which is very good. Like they're also working on Project GG, which is like Kamiya's next game. But like man, like I figured that we'd hear something about Bayonetta 3 by now, but like he like they even say forget about it. Like forget about it for like a while, because like maybe I don't know if shit's happening or that's the case. But like man,
things are still being worked on, I guess, for it. Sadly,
a lot of people think that's one of the games that they're actually purposely holding back for when they announce the Switch Pro.
Right?
But that
I mean, that's it.
Like again, I'm not mentioning Switch Pro for the sake of it, but just for the fact.
Yeah, I know.
With Bayonetta 3, that would make sense.
The only other thing that stuck out to me too, at least recently, is that Goodfeel is working on a new IP. Don't know if they're gonna like put this on if it's like a Nintendo thing or it's gonna be like their own thing, because they have self-published. Actually, if you don't realize, they put out the game called Monkey Barrels. It was on Switch, and actually it's actually on the Epic Game Store too, which is very surprising.
Yeah,
it's on PC. But it's this game that they're working on is meant to be almost like it's in the vein of like the Goemon series, and because the guy who runs Goodfeel, Etsunobu Ebisu, he's the president. Because they named Ebisumaru after him, so it'd be interesting to see like where this game goes if it does come to fruition. This was like announced back in like October of last year. So that'd be really nice to see from like Goodfeel. I'm looking over like a general like list of like developers for Nintendo. Grezzo was working on Miitopia. Some people were saying they could be working on maybe stuff for the Zelda anniversary, because they did do Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D.
It'd be fun if they announced Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life 3. That'd be interesting.
Like Tomodachi Life coming to Switch.
I mean, Tomodachi Life isn't a bad franchise, but like considering how well Miitopia has done, or how well it's like kind of like been in like the social sphere of things, like I wouldn't be against like a Tomodachi Life on Switch, but like again, we'll see how that develops. Again, Nintendo's like now the things are like less predictable with Nintendo. So like you never know what they're gonna do next. Because like now, it's easy to like miss games. Like they're only in Japan, but like now games are like so global that like one game comes out, it's suddenly like a worldwide thing rather than like a localized thing, right?
Right.
There's only two other series I'm thinking about that I would like to see somehow make an appearance this year. I think we're overdue for either a new Yoshi game or a new Kirby game.
I was actually going to mention Kirby right now. Kirby. I think that HAL Labs is making a new one.
Yeah, I've heard.
I could have sworn that they didn't they say they were like starting to work on it during an interview at some point.
The rumor is that they're making a 3D Kirby game. Like,
I would love to see that. That'd be something different.
I've been ready for a 3D Kirby game for years. Like, don't get me wrong. If they make a new 2D Kirby game, I would be okay with that. Since like, I was hoping we would get a new 2D one that's more like Planet Robobot and Triple Deluxe. But if we get a 3D one, I'm signing up because I've been hearing that they've been working on this for a while.
Well, yeah, like they've stopped and started on making Kirby a 3D game. Remember back in the GameCube days when they were like trying to like push Kirby into 3D, and then they also had like a bunch of 3D tests for Kirby on 3DS actually. So I feel like it could work very well. Like I'm not. I don't think I'm over 2D Kirby. Kirby's a great 2D series, but like I feel like it could definitely benefit from like having a bigger leak. Because Star Allies was solid, but like I didn't buy it because like I felt like Star Allies was kind of like a miss.
Oh wait. Yeah, hold on. I can't even hear you guys. The hell? Yeah, I don't know why you guys... Hold on, let me exit and re-enter the call again. That was weird. Alright, that was weird. Oh, now Discord's being stupid. No route. Alright, let me restart my Discord. Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
Like shit.
Alright, so yeah, Discord decided to shit out in the middle of this thing, so that was fun.
I paused recording on my end.
Yeah, I did too. I literally just unpaused it because people have to know these shits happen.
Yeah, I'm mostly going to have to edit this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just I'm going to figure it out.
I mean, I'll let it rock. I don't mind. This is live on air, man. Like that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be.
Honestly, I'm probably going to do the same.
Okay, so I am going to unpause the recording in 3, 2, 1, now.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
Discord just crapped the bed for a second, so we're back here again.
Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do that, but all right, where were we in the middle of our discussion?
Well, we're talking about Kirby.
Yeah, right.
Kirby. Yeah, Kirby, 3D Kirby game, possibly. Not against it. Again, I thought 2D Kirby games are solid, but like I would like to see like Kirby like really make a huge leap.
I don't know. I thought Kirby Star Allies was good, but way too easy. The game practically played itself. I'd like to see a better idea of a 4-player Kirby co-op with a little bit more difficulty in there.
I'd say with the 2D games really peaked at like Planet Robobot. Like honestly.
Yeah, no. Like if you get Planet Robobot or Triple Deluxe somewhere in those type of levels with 4-player co-op, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, we actually didn't talk about Splatoon 3 a little bit. Like, do you think we're gonna hear more Splatoon 3 at E3, or are they gonna like keep it like on the wraps for now?
We'll see more. I think we're gonna see more, but I don't think that they're gonna give us too much more about it. I just think they're gonna maybe show us like a new trailer with some new things.
The only thing I can really expect out of like Splatoon 3 announcement of any kind, or like a further like announcement, maybe they can announce who the idols are for this one. So they had Callie Marine for one, Pearl Marina for 2, will they announce like a third one? Will they announce like the one for 3 in for the direct, or is it too early?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
Again, like I feel like with Splatoon 3, I know initially Mike was kind of like salty about this, but like I feel like the reason why Splatoon 3 is happening now, because like Splatoon 2, as much as we kind of try to stretch it on stream, like we played it like a lot, it's without the Splatfest, we're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Like there's no more of a grind that we can do. We can't do competitive. We can't do like all of us hop into like a ranked game or anything like that. We can't do anything like that at all. I feel like there's a lot more on the table that Splatoon can do that will likely be achieved by the sequel. Again, I don't know what to really expect with this outside of just more Splatoon, but like maybe more focused nodes, different like ways they can like really improve the multiplayer experience. Obviously, Splatfest will be back in some form. New weapons, yada yada yada. Story could go literally anywhere at this point, as far as we're concerned. Chaos versus Order, Chaos 1. It's hard to like really like place like what to look forward to for Splatoon 3 besides character work, weapons, stages. They're not doing any sort of like Splatoon like championships and things like that. Like Splatoon 2 esports is kind of like sailed by the wayside, at least right now. Pandemic wise and everything.
Yeah.
My only expectation for Splatoon 3 for this direct is just like just more teasing. Like where is this new locale that they're at? What's it all about? Where does chaos factor into this, right? And that's pretty much about it. Like,
yeah,
I guess like, are there any out there things? I know Mike said Mario Kart 9. Usually Mike go through is New Rhythm Heaven. So, that's just me.
I'd also like to see a new Yoshi game, because Crafted World was fun, but it'd be nice to see a Yoshi game that's not trying to experiment with a new art style. Maybe some with a little bit more Yoshi's Island like platforming, a little bit more difficult. I'd have to say.
I feel like it won't happen because like Goodfield's working on new IP, because like they've been working the last couple of Yoshi games. Willy World, Crafted World. We don't know where Yoshi would go. Like IP wise, there's like so many like things that are that's on the cutting room floor in terms of like what could be the next game. I guess if I could like throw out like a question, if there was a franchise to come back at this Nintendo Direct, what do you think it would be? Like think realistically. Like I'm not saying like go nuts, but like just like think, what do you think has a high chance of coming back?
WarioWare.
Oh,
you're right. The survey. I'm not sure if you guys realize this. Recently, I think My Nintendo put out a survey saying, would you buy WarioWare at $50? So I think they're prepping maybe a WarioWare sequel of some kind where they're saying, hey, rather than pricing it at a full 60, would you buy it at like a budget price instead? 40, 30, 50. I think they're starting to do something with that. Maybe WarioWare is like the best possible thing that can come back. Actually, I feel that's my answer, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably either go with that or maybe Rhythm Heaven or Star Fox.
Rhythm Heaven would be good to come back, but I think.
Honestly, I think we need a WarioWare on Switch. We need some more party games. I'd be down for WarioWare.
Because the same team that works on Rhythm Heaven works on WarioWare as well. But if they're only going to do one at a time, WarioWare is going to come first.
Yeah.
I feel like we're definitely due for like a new WarioWare of some sort, because like WarioWare Gold was fantastic on 3DS. I haven't played through it fully, but
I enjoyed it.
I played through a bit of it, and I saw Mike's playthrough of it on his channel. Really solid game, but I feel like WarioWare is in a weird like right where it's like Game & Watch didn't do very well on Wii U, for example, and WarioWare Gold is pretty much like a combination of like it's the best of WarioWare.
Yeah, honestly, I could easily see WarioWare for Switch having like the same type of things as WarioWare Smooth Moves, because the Joy-Con's practically a smaller Wii remote.
They could take a remaster of Smooth Moves with extra content, because Smooth Moves is a great game.
Yeah, no, wouldn't be bad.
I still want a new game over a remake. Like that was
same here.
That was brought up in a couple of articles where it's like the remakes versus new games. Like, do you feel like there's like too many remakes? Do you feel like there's too much?
In terms of bringing over Wii U games to the Switch, absolutely. I want new stuff in terms of over Wii U ports. Even though I wouldn't mind if Xenoblade Chronicles X was like the last Wii U port to make it over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they had decided to do it, because like before that it was Tokyo Mirage Editions.
Yeah, I would like to see WarioWare come back, because there was only ever been 2 home console WarioWares if you don't count Game & Wario, and that's WarioWare Inc. Mega Party games on the GameCube and Smooth Moves on the Wii.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a minute, so yeah.
And Smooth Moves came out a few months after launch.
True. Backing up to Wii U for a second, like I'm looking at a list like that Nintendo put out like a couple of months ago. That's like Wii U ports that people like. The only ones I've been hearing about so far is only Xenoblade Chronicles X and Twilight Princess HD. Some people have kind of ignored NES Remix, NES Remix Pack. Remember, there was that for both NES Remix 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, NES Remix.
NES Remix looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I love NES Remix.
That was like really decent. And some people wanted Fatal Frame come back, made them Blackwater. Yeah,
because Fatal Frame has always been very niche, even for survival horror. Mm-hmm. Which the thing about it is like that stands out compared to Resident Evil is that it's more psychological, and I will like that in more horror games. So if we can get more Fatal Frame, that would be amazing.
I'd be down for it.
I wouldn't be against it. Fatal Frame is a pretty like underloved franchise, and like it rarely gets any love these days. So
also, Link Triforce. I love how you said no one else for Rhythm Heaven.
I mean,
over.
Yeah,
I'd be down for it. I love Rhythm Heaven.
Rhythm Heaven.
Rhythm Heaven guy over here. I'm wearing a future hat.
Yep.
But in terms of like probability of like releases, like most people are talking about the Zelda HD remakes on Wii U. To a lesser extent, Paper Mario Color Splash, Woolly World, we already crafted World, so it'd be like redundant.
Well, Woolly World, they actually brought that over to 3DS.
Well, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, but I feel like those are a little bit different. They were still trying to prop up the 3DS as like a third pillar.
Mm-hmm.
But like with that, like it didn't really work out because like it was a good idea, but like 3DS needed to kind of go out, and like we've learned, we realized how bad it was with like having Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
You know, that'd be a nice surprise. That'd be a nice what the fuck pick to see end up coming out of nowhere. A new Mario and Luigi game somehow making it on the Switch.
Good.
I would like for them to port that to Switch.
No, not even a port, like a whole brand new Mario and Luigi game in the style of the Mario and Luigi series, but on Switch.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I'm not against that. We already have Paper Mario, the Origami King as like a Mario RPG-ish game.
Yeah, and I don't even know what even happened to Alpha Dream. I don't know if Nintendo bought them. We don't really know what happened to Alpha Dream.
It died.
They died out because like they ended up getting bankrupted because like the Bowser's Inside Story didn't do very well in sales, and they declared bankruptcy in 2019. So they are gone, unfortunately. Because they mostly only worked on Mario and Luigi games for the duration of their life cycle. They had very few like other projects because they were sort of like a second party developer, I want to say, for Nintendo, because like most of the games are on like Nintendo platforms. The only other time where they put like something on like another platform was like iOS and Android. It was like a fitness game, and that didn't do that. I believe that didn't do very well. So again, it kind of sucks that people thought that Alpha Dream was actually owned by Nintendo, but they actually didn't own Alpha Dream. But I feel like, if anything, I feel like it's possible for like Mario Luigi to stay alive somehow. But again, like we don't know where the future of the series is after their bankruptcy, so that's another unfortunate situation with that. God, I'm trying to like think about any other like things. Like I guess like one thing we can touch upon. There's rumors of a Fire Emblem remake again.
Oh yeah, please be.
Joe Holy Wars, if people were saying that.
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping it would either be Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, or like the one that had Fire Emblem 6, which is the By Name Blade, which is the one with Roy, and then they will also pair that with Blazing Blade, which is the one with Lynn, Hector, and Elwood, which takes place before. I want Roy to have his due. Like Roy's awesome.
I wouldn't mind it.
If I choose an Emily to come back, it'd probably be Sacred Stones. That was like my favorite one. Like that was my first Fire Emblem game.
I don't mess with Fire Emblem, so I'll let you two have that.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's like so many like franchises that are like on just. It's kind of like let their own devices. Like we don't know what's up with them. Either they're alive or they're dead. Like it's hard to like really like say because MMGMike Chronicles, we had the definitive edition. Wii series obviously that's not gonna come back because they're no longer the Wii. Luigi Mansion 3 came out like 2 years ago, and Next Level did get bought up by Nintendo. So I doubt they have like something else in the pipeline, at least for now. Like who knows? Whatever they have is like probably in like pre-production, post-production, or current production right now. We just don't know anything about that.
That'd be kind of funny if after Mario Golf Super Rush, Mario Strikers gets done by Next Level Games, but I don't see that happening.
All right.
We're probably gonna get Punch-Out, or we're gonna get something completely different from Next Level.
I would like Next Level to keep working on Punch-Out.
Yeah, same here.
I would not be against that. They did such a fantastic job on Punch-Out for the Wii. I would like them to do like almost like a Super Punch-Out, but like for Switch. I'm like crawling through like a list of franchises from Nintendo, and like Chibi Robo's like dead, fortunately. I'm trying to think of like anything else that really like come back in some form. Like, God, like there's so many things that are here that I remember. Custom Robo, the art style series. Some people are rumors that some people are like making rumors that like, oh, they're making a new Donkey Konga game. I'm like, sure they are. I doubt that.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, Donkey Konga is like all over the place.
Speaking of like small scale, I would like actually like you guys remember Pushmill, right? Like I thought that would like come back to Switch somehow. Like I feel like one thing I've missed out of the Switch era right now is like Nintendo games being on Nintendo published games on the eShop. Like we've only had like 3 on eShop. Good Job, The Stretchers, and Flip Wars.
And
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more of those.
You're also missing snipper clips.
Snipper clips, right? Exactly. God, just like again, like there's so much that I remember. I like those like the mid games, like like they're not exactly the big games, they're not exactly like indie, but they're still like given a good amount of reverence. I feel like we've missed out a lot from the 3DS era. Cause, like we had like stuff like Freaky Forms and Dylan's Running Western, and like Steel. I guess like Steel Divers like like bigger, but like whatever.
I know, I know it has a physical copy, but one of those games is coming out tomorrow.
Which one?
Game Builder Garage.
Right. Shit, that is tomorrow. Fuck.
That is tomorrow.
God,
wait, that actually comes out tomorrow? Damn, time flies.
Yep, tomorrow.
Yeah, because now it's technically the 10th.
So if you wanted one of those like quirky, weird games from Nintendo, that's one that's coming out tomorrow. And
you could literally like, hey, you want a certain series to come back? Build it yourself.
Build it your damn self.
Shut up and build your own damn self. And also, you wonder what could also happen? Oh, sorry, not tomorrow. Well, tomorrow because tomorrow is Friday because it's Thursday now. By the time people watching this, but what I was gonna say is this: Ring Fit 2.
Ring Fit 2. I gotta finish Ring Fit 1. At least.
You know they're gonna do this. Ring Fit Adventure has been a huge success.
Yeah, I mean the thing is though, like the same team that worked on Ring Fit Adventure are the ones working on Game Builder Garage. So that's what you gotta realize. Like they're mostly like it's the Labo team. So I'm looking to see what else they could come up with like after like Game Builder Garage, but I feel like that's gonna have like a good like year or two of like support because I want to see what people are making with that thing because like I know like literally give people the tools, they'll make it. Like I can almost guarantee that someone's gonna try to like make like the next like Pikmin or whatever, or like they're trying to like have like a downscale version of like a Nintendo franchise of some sort.
You know what I think people will end up making with that? They'll make a downscaled version of the Game & Watch Gallery games.
Oh, that'd be really good actually.
That'll be nice.
I'm not against that. Oh my god! All right, so it is 12:34 in the morning, and
thanks.
What say?
Yeah, no, thanks Twitch for keeping us delayed by like an hour, and also thanks Discord for crapping out on us too. Good times. It's not a podcast unless you have technical difficulties.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, that's pretty much about it. Like, I doubt we're gonna hear something about Mother, or found.
Give us Mother 3! Mother 3! That ain't happening.
like I guess like last week we can throw out like more classic games would be nice for Nintendo. That'd be cool. I don't know, maybe like another cool like indie game that would pop up on Switch, like people like go nuts about. I don't know. Again, literally anything can happen. Like that's the thing about these directs. Like anything can happen, and we're just gonna like just watch it and just like deal with it. Like
yeah.
Who cares what insiders say or what predict? Like you're gonna get what we'll give you, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, that's honestly what the biggest takeaway is out of E3 is like it's the season for E3. This is the time for celebration. Especially since last year we didn't get to have this as much as we're getting it this year. So, yeah, enjoy what you get. If we get what we want to get, great. If not, definitely don't ruin it for others either.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just make sure to
don't be like me. Don't be like me and be bitter about Splatoon 3 just because Mario Kart's not out yet. Be good to the Splatoon people.
Just keep your expectations need to be low. Do not like get too overly hyped about things that don't even exist. Looking at you, Switch Pro, and
don't believe their lies.
Yeah, just go in with an open mind, and who knows, maybe you might get something you want, and you could also be happy that maybe your friends or family members who are also watching this will also be getting something they want. So that's always a good thing. In the end, it's all about people getting stuff what they want and being happy for others too. Exactly. It's not about being selfish.
Right.
If you be good, Papa said to Nintendo, maybe listen to your wishes.
Yep. That's the way this goes. Or if you're like one of those spoiled brats, you deserve another Bakugan.
All right. God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
never forget Bakugan on Switch. Everyone's like, oh my god, a new franchise. What's it gonna be?
Bakugan.
People are already crapping on the DC Supergirls thing. It doesn't look that bad though. It's not the type of game I'll play, but
you're not gonna fucking buy it. You're not gonna fucking buy it. Why the fuck do you care? Like
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I see Terry. I'm like, cool. Not for me, but for who gets it, cool. Otherwise, fuck off.
Exactly.
Like, why are you caring?
Either way, I think that's going to do it for all of us here, but definitely stay tuned as we bring you all the E3 coverage and stuff as we talk about things.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Maybe potentially a post-discussion after everything's been said and done from all the conferences, perhaps? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm down to do a post-session. Like, I'm down for it. I was going to say, just like, quick plug, of course. Like, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be live like 15 minutes beforehand. Summer Game Fest is starting off with their kickoff tomorrow with dead devs from Double Fine. So we've seen like a lot of like cool new indies more than likely pop up. Now we saw like a lot of good ones last year. I've actually checked out like our last broadcast with that last year, and it was actually really, really cool.
Yeah, no, I know me and Silver will be doing that at least.
Yeah, I know Mike will be joining on that. So that's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Again, like I'll be watching anything like live on Friday or Saturday. Because like I'll be reacting to those like I'll like to be in bonfires like watching with people if anything. If people really want to like hang out, then I'll be in the bonfire Discord. Sure. I'll just drop the link for that in chat right now. And then of course Sunday is the big day for us. We're all going to be checking out the Xbox and Bethesda conference.
Well, at least Peter and Silver will be. I might be. I'm still iffy.
Right. I might stick around a little bit longer after the show peak because I really do want to see what Square Enix Presents is going to be.
Okay.
Because like I feel like that'd be good to check out because it's actually right after the show, so I feel like it flows into this very well. And usually it's like like 15 to 20 minutes, so it shouldn't be like a long show.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, so I think it's worth checking out at least because like granted, I don't play too many Square Enix products, but I do like a lot of their games, so I'd like to check that out for myself.
Right. And then of course next Tuesday is going to be Nintendo Christmas for us, so should be good.
Yeah, I believe that's at 12 Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah, 12 Eastern, and then like we'll be live for like a long time because like Nintendo Treehouse Live is absolute fact. Some people may go offline. I might like stay and watch through the whole thing, like really, because it's like 3 hours.
Honestly, I took the whole day off, so I mean we might as well.
Yeah, I probably might not stay for the whole thing for Treehouse. I probably might just do the direct, and then do the discussion, and then I'll probably just like call it there, and most likely just raid whoever like is staying on for that. So we'll see how it goes.
All right,
that's fair. All right, right, cool. I think that's about it for us in terms of just plugging what we're doing. I guess we can get like a rate target out here so we can get the heck out of here and just like go to bed. Because
but yeah, if you guys aren't already following Shell and Silver, definitely please do so. Here's the multi-link. And when this gets uploaded on YouTube and you see our shenanigans, don't forget to follow them down in the description down below.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give them shout-outs.
Yep, likewise here for Shell and for MMGMike.
But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of the Digital Boncast, as I'm like kind of pre-naming it. Maybe we'll come with something better if we decide to keep doing this down the line.
Yeah,
now we kind of figured this out. I kind of want to try to see if we can figure out a podcast down the line. Because I know we've been talking about it for a while. Now we can actually have all of our webcams on screen. Like, possibilities. Not off the table.
Alright, so there's my pick.
Either way, though, yeah, I'll never stop reaching for tomorrow. Stay bright, stay safe, stay clean, careful, climb up the mountain, fight for everlasting peace, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all enjoy on YouTube. That's where I'm ending the recording.